All right. Boom. We are back. Episode 80?
79.
79. I don't know any 79s.
Not one.
Damn.
But
hey.
Plus 9 is 16. Nope. Don't even know 16.
21.
So we are back. Episode 79. This is a show about nothing. Radio show about nothing. Podcast about nothing. To my left, co-host, co-creator, co-founder, co-owner, all-time quarterback, CB1. Talk to him.
Yo! Welcome back. Yo, man, I'm so happy to be here. Seriously, bro. Like, I've had an extremely long week.
Yeah.
I've had an extremely long week. I have the second job, as I mentioned a couple episodes ago. So I'm just always tired, always moving and shaking. Mm-hmm. But I have today and tomorrow off, and what better way to start your off day than arguing passionately with your friends about some shit you really care about?
Facts.
So
Real.
I am super excited to be here. I haven't seen Grace since our last episode, like a month ago, so I missed her, and I'm very excited to talk with her because I haven't spoken with her about anything.
I've also been busy.
And I know she's been busy. She's been to 90 different states. So she's been to 7 pool parties.
It was so funny. We was playing the episode. He was like, "You think Grace will come?" I'm like, probably not. Like, you think is Grace still in Houston? Nah, she's in Florida. Like, how the hell did you skip Georgia on the way home?
Bro, I was like, Doug. I
literally was here for 2 days, and then the Kid Laroi concert was that Friday, and then we left Saturday at like 6 a.m.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you're a better soldier than me.
You got to put 6 a.m. after a concert?
Mm-hmm.
Salute.
You're crazy. Crazy. I could not do it. But
and then I had a concert that Saturday when I got there too.
Oh yeah,
that's crazy.
Super salute.
You like concerts way more than I ever could like anything, honestly.
Yeah.
G6 is in the building though. The greatest YouTuber in the world, greatest reactor in the world, makeup artist, phenomenal server,
singer.
You do it all in you sing. You sing too?
You didn't know? I never told you the story.
Oh my God.
I A&R'd a singing group with Grace freshman year.
Bad and
We
bougie.
we did a whole song and everything. I swear to God.
You want to do a hook for me?
I could try.
Yeah, you're gonna do a hook.
I could try.
We're gonna make that happen.
Like we was in the washroom. I was like, all right. Like I was directing that shit.
Yeah,
like,
we did have the harmonies going. That was fun.
Nice.
That was a fun time.
I still had a video. I swear I still had that video somewhere.
All right, so how has everybody been besides singing in the groups? Like, have y'all been? Like,
It's been hot.
It's been hot. It's
95
hot.
degrees.
Yeah, it's super hot.
It's so hot.
Yeah.
Literally, when Taylor came to get me, I was like.
So I didn't come get you because I couldn't go back outside. I was like, I'm not putting on shorts, so I can't.
No, I understand.
Bro.
I understand. I almost put on sweatpants, and then I was like.
Yeah, man. Oh my God, it's so hot outside. But like I said, I'm tired, but I've been having a good time. I've been hustling. Been moving and shaking. Went to a couple pool parties, saw some old friends. It's been nice. But y'all know why we're here.
Yeah.
Y'all know what time it is.
Mm-hmm. Spurs have 2 top 10 picks.
So tired of work.
All right, Kendrick Franklin Lamar. That's not his middle name.
It was like
pop out. It happened. It came. It went. History was made. History was witnessed. It was
niggas were shown.
Niggas were shown for show. I really, really wish I could have went, but I completely understand why the ticket was $750 or $1,600.
I definitely will be lying to people in like 40 years. Like my kids are gonna be like, I was definitely there.
I'm lying to niggas next year. Like, yo, I was there. Like,
you didn't see me on the screen.
What a night. We'll get into the questions in a second, all the hot topics, hot questions. Right. But let's just start with the reactions from the night. First reaction, first review. How did it make you feel? How did you what inspired you? What made you happy? What made you laugh? What made you cry? Just get into all of it.
Well, I was at work. So I was literally in the back, like and then somebody would be like, Grace, somebody's looking. Oh, all right, here I come. I wait and come back. Yeah. All right. Hiding in the bathroom. Mm-hmm. But when he did Euphoria, I sat in the bathroom for the entire performance.
Euphoria was nuts.
No, it was crazy. I think my favorite part, though, was when he brought out Absol.
Dog, I love Absol so much. I love Absol so much. That you said what made you cry. I didn't cry. I was definitely like
no either, but internally, like my heart was like really warm.
I was tough a little bit watching him rap that to Absol.
And Russell Westbrook on the stage was also another one of my favorite.
But like everything that Absol went through, and then, everything going on with them, it was great to see them do that. But just the show in general, I thought it was amazing. They came out with a different DJ set list, so I didn't know who was gonna do what. But I kind of liked what they ended up doing, like having a bunch of people come out, a bunch of great West Coast. I'm not the biggest West Coast, but I knew like most of the people that came out there, and it was cool seeing like the
Tyler.
Listen, I sensed the theme, and I was like, listen, Tyler loved Kendrick Lamar. Tyler from California, like it do line up, but it was great to see. I mean, Remble, Jay Worthy, Tyler, of course, Steve Lacy was great. It was a great vibe for sure. It was funny they brought out Tyler and Steve Lacy back to back, but
yeah, that was calculated. My only qualm was that I kind of wish that they only let black people in. I don't know if you need to edit that out, but I just really think that like
well, it was Juneteenth, so
and they kept panning the camera to like all these like non-blacks.
Yeah,
and I kept hearing the N-word very clear.
Yeah.
Well, like I mean, when we get honest about LA, like
there's a lot of
who's in LA.
It is a lot of essays
true.
out there. Shout out to all my essays.
Yeah, so like that is what's out there. And on top of that, like the concert ticket is a luxury item now, so you're only gonna see people that are
that can afford it.
That can afford it, and like that's a ticket, like $1,700 on a ticket, and
that's
that
crazy.
was the face value. So after you actually paying the fees, you paying $2,000 for that ticket.
Who really has money just sitting around at the disposal?
Yeah, so it's like you're gonna. That's what you're gonna see. Is like a mix of everybody. You can't like. I would have liked to see like a. And he might have did this because Kendrick do shit in silence, but I would have liked to see like them give out 1,000 tickets to like just niggas in Compton type shit.
Yeah, that would have been
cool. That would have just got to go to the concert.
I'm pretty sure they did because T knew a ton of people there. Like, it was definitely a lot of like regular niggas there, but I don't think they were in like the crowd type section. I think they were a lot of people, because especially you saw at the end like a bunch of people, just not even just the artists that came on stage, like they were all tucked off in one little section. Like Top Dog was there, like right behind Whitney, right behind Dave Free. Like all
did y'all see SZA there in disguise?
That SZA, I'm telling you, SZA might be one of the funniest people on earth, bro. Because why are you wearing a disguise and then taking a picture of yourself in the disguise
and posting
after?
it?
Like you could have just wore a regular outfit. You're not in disguise.
As if we don't know what you look like. We can see that BBL from a mile away.
And even if we didn't, you posted it out. Like if I was at the show, I was like, man, she looked like SZA, and I wasn't sure. Like you confirmed it when I got home. Like, oh shit, that was SZA. Like,
she's such a liar. Like she's so funny.
What I loved first was the inclusivity of everybody in LA. It was an LA show. Nobody got on that stage that wasn't from LA. Nobody on that said a word on the microphone that wasn't for LA. I thought that was really powerful, and I think that's something that you're going to see from moving forward from each city. I think you're going to get an Atlanta show like that soon. I think you're going to get a New York show like that soon. Maybe a Houston show like that soon as well.
I don't know how I feel about that here, though, right now.
Right now, no. I'm not saying this is something you're going to see like tomorrow.
They should do it when Young Thug gets out of jail.
Yes, I'm saying that's literally the perfect time to do it.
Yeah.
But I do think you're going to start seeing these type of coast concerts together, and I thought that was just beautiful to see. I'll start before we get to Kendrick, bro. Roddy, YG, Tyler, and Steve Lacy, man.
Yeah.
That was crazy seeing them back to back to back.
Yeah,
and
DJ
really,
Mustard don't play.
Really feeling like, damn, like Mustard really him. Like I see why you would feel the way you do about them if you lived out there. Because when they go out, that's all they hear. We hear it when it's in the moment. But, like, they never stop hearing Who Do We Love. They never stop hearing Big and Back Being Bull. They never stop hearing The Box. So when you hearing that on a consistent basis year after year, it makes sense why they garner those reactions. But the reaction Tyler got warmed my heart. I was like, dog, this nigga
the reactions he's been getting the last few years have made me, like, really happy.
This nigga has come so far, bro. Like, he's really a fucking superstar. And then the undeniable hit of what's your name, like having an undeniable hit, like I think that is so cool as an artist, where you can be like, no matter what's going on in this concert, no matter the energy of the concert, when this bitch come on, I'm gonna get this reaction every single time, and he got that in what's your name.
It was crazy. I'm not a big WWE nigga. Thank God Chris isn't here, so we don't get a WWE story. But like, they call it like a crowd pop, like when a nigga run out and the crowd see him and everybody go crazy. I had literally tweeted maybe like 10 minutes before, like, hey, Tyler from California. And then he came out. You could not hear the first couple songs sound seconds of Earthquake. You literally could not hear the song at first. Like, you just heard everyone going crazy. Super, guys. Love the 2 songs he did. He did Earthquake and What's Your Name, right?
Yeah.
Gosh, I mean.
Yeah, that nigga's, he's special. Yeah. He is, golly.
I need a Kendrick Tyler song, too. Soon.
I was thinking that.
Yeah, I need that soon.
Maybe, I feel like he's going to collab. Like, it'll probably be on the next album.
Yeah, I need that.
All right. Quick hitter.
Yeah.
What was your favorite song Kendrick performed?
I like that.
Euphoria. Or Not Like Us.
I think mine was 616.
Yes.
Which time?
Yes. All of them.
616?
Yeah, I think 616 was, because I didn't know if we was going to get that. I wanted it real bad. I thought him performing that and rapping that in the way he did, and like getting the crowd to stop and just listen to him, because he knew not everybody was really going to know the words to that. But that shit was cold, bro. Yeah. That shit was so cold. Obviously, Not Like Us was Not Like Us. So I was trying not to say that, because obviously, like,
I know, but just the way that he just like.
No, the first. Listen, the first.
Like that video of Kanye when they performed "Niggas in Paris" like 11 times again.
No, I thought he was. I thought he was gonna keep rocking, because I think he got to 5 and then 6 once he cut to the credits. But like that for me, I thought he had the most fun performing that record.
Probably.
Mm-hmm.
Especially once he got to the end and he sung the sample. For like, you could really tell he loved E40. He loved that shit. Like, he loved every second of that verse. You could tell he could not wait to do that shit. That was probably my favorite one.
It was just the Bloods and the Crips, like, coming together just to dance to that song was like
everybody
that was a real black moment right there.
Wow. Watching that shit like wow.
Somebody said that's the block party that Issa was planning on Insecure.
Dog, that's funny.
The Twitter commentary has been elite.
I loved it. And it was a moment too. It was a moment. Everybody was watching this shit at the same time. Like, it felt like we was watching the Super Bowl or a playoff game or something like that.
They called it Gangchella.
Gangchella is crazy. But if I had to have a second, it's for sure Euphoria.
Yeah, Euphoria was. I was praying to God he opened with the show at that. Yeah. And when he got down and got on that knee and started rapping, I said, "This nigga is what in the fuck is wrong with him?"
He didn't get that third verse right one time.
So yeah, no, like I said, listen, talk about setting the tone. You talk about
that's real hatred,
tone, bro.
Setting the tone, bro.
It looked beautiful. It was all red.
All red,
like a crime scene splattered him everywhere.
Like, are we in hell?
But what I really took from it was just the mentality of Kendrick. Yeah. The way he never got too high or too low throughout the performance was something that was very impressive to me, because I know he's a big Kobe fan. Yeah. And it reminds me of Kobe, like when he was on the court and he could be up 20, down 20, tie ball game in the first quarter 0-0, and he was the same. He was the same even killer throughout the same. And that reminded me of Kendrick throughout this performance. Was like, from Not Like Us to Money Trees to God, Win, to any song he performed, it was the same energy throughout. Whether it was his hyper song or just the mellow song, he performed it with the same conviction, the same vigor, and that was impressive in and itself for me, because it's very easy to know what you're going into. I know he understands this moment. Yeah. I know he understands what this means to rap, what this means to the culture, what this means to LA. And the fact that he was able to just settle his nerves and perform that surgical for an hour and a half, 2 hours, with his niggas around, with his babies around, with his wife around, everybody he grew up with, his artists, niggas, his peers, everybody looking at him, all eyes on him, waiting for this moment. Because as we were talked about that was fucking Monday. As we talked about on Monday.
That might be my phone.
Oh, okay. As we talked about, hold on, I can cut this. It's okay.
It's okay. I got it. That alarm gives me trauma.
But as we talked about on Monday, Kendrick ain't said shit. Yep. So this is the first time we have heard Kendrick's opinion, perspective, anything from his point of view. And he still hasn't given us the clickbait moment. He still hasn't given us the that nigga thought he was playing with the wrong. I'm the fucking boogeyman. He could have said so many things that would have been the clip Complex could post. That would have been the clip we could post. That would have been the clip everybody could post and get. It still has been all about rap. Yeah. It still has been all about the music, his city, LA. I love my city. I'm a real nigga, and I love my gang. That shit from that perspective is
that. See, that is. We're gonna talk about the songs later and how they rank. But I completely agree, and it's so funny we be here because watching him before Euphoria, and like why I feel like Euphoria is like creeping up into like my favorite song, Into the Beef, is pure bag work.
It's always been my favorite.
It's pure bag work, and that's why I loved it so much the way he performed it. And you know this because you're a rapper. First, no backtrack, no background vocal, no, I'm not rapping over the track.
Yeah, the mic was on.
You could tell what he knew he wanted to hit. Breath control, what things he knew he wanted to lean on. He didn't want to say the puff bar, so we now get to say the Chubbs part, so we gonna skip that part. But we're gonna he gonna freestyle over it. He changed we could be the 2-hour time difference because you moved to Texas.
Yep.
So it's only 2 hours now. Yep. Like it's so much you could tell he was 1,000%. Like Job's not finished.
He changed the pop bar?
Changed the pop, like Job's not finished. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when I heard that, I was like, do I not know the words?
Yeah,
no. I knew the words.
He was just the intention behind the performance was so evident. It was it popped off the screen from the outfit, from the even killness, from the like
he did that shit though.
Because he tried him. Like tried him. Like, you know who really bang a set, blah blah, you know who really bang a set. Like, you really trying me. Like, my nigga, I never said I bang anything. That was actually kind of the purpose of my music. Is telling you don't gotta really go down that. Like, I never claimed anything. I just said I've been around this, and you gonna play with me and tell the nigga from Compton that he not from this.
No.
And nigga, so I'm gonna show you that not only am I from this, these niggas look up to me. I'm they OG now. I'm they big dog now. Like, what the fuck?
The problem is, and we'll talk. We'll start going song by song in a second because this is our first like wrap up with Grace. We really wanted to have her like wrap. We want to wrap up everything. That's probably what we'll do today. But like, y'all niggas should have seen my face when YG came up. I was like, oh damn, Jake, like, cause you know who really bang a set. Like, why would you go down that path? Like, just to go to this, I've been thinking about this question all week. If last year I told you Drake and Kendrick was gonna get into beef, and Drake main points would be first a nigga contract structure, then it's what you're banging. What would you think the outcome of that would be? Like the angles in hindsight, the angles we got were so weird from certain places. But for him to lean on, you know who really bang a set and first of all, shout out Chris Brown. Salute Chris Brown. I mean, shout out Chris Brown. But like, did you see the niggas Kendrick brought on stage, bro? Do niggas know who Jay Worthy is? Like, do niggas know these niggas are like really like that is the life Kendrick grew up in? And it just, man, it was a spectacular show. Spectacular show.
Grace, before we continue on with the show, I want to ask you from your perspective, like, just your take on the beef, because you haven't been here. I kind of want to ask about Drake a little bit, because you're Miss Aubrey Graham. You love Drake more than anybody. So
I do.
What?
But I'm not delusional.
So. I know you're not delusional. You love music too much to be delusional. Like, that was a conversation we had the other day. It was just like, if you really love this shit, you can't deny what happened. You know what happened.
Yeah.
But how do you feel about Drake's performance? Like, what do you think he did wrong to end up in this position?
I just think it's like an ego thing. Like, his ego got too big because of the status that he has. So now he feels like nobody can like really get to him. And I literally told Nelson this, like, when we were in the movies and Family Matters dropped, I was like, I just don't think this is going to end well for him. And I was like, I really feel like even if it's good, like, Kendrick's going to eviscerate him. And he was like, no, I don't think that. And I was like, okay. And then Meet the Grams dropped like 20 minutes later. And I was like, well, here we are. Here we are. But I just think he underestimated his opponent because he doesn't have as many, I guess, chart-topping songs as him. So I guess it's like, if you're not playing the same numbers game as me and you're not selling out arenas like me, then can't really. But it's like, there's a reason that he's in the conversation of the big three with you. Right. So like,
So
you need to study your opponent before you get in the ring.
Everything you said is exactly the points we hit. His arrogance, his ego. He underestimated who the fuck Kendrick Lamar really was, and that was his biggest problem. You called it an ego, and I came to the realization that I think, and I want to get your opinion on this. I think he thought the internet was his friend. I think he thought that he had the internet in the palm of his hands. And as me and Ish said, the internet is unforgiving. The internet is loyal to no one. The second we can switch on you, we will. Do you think there's truth in that?
I agree. Yeah. Because, like, he has such a big cult fan base, but there's also a lot of people outside of that really hate Drake. And the people that, if you're a Kendrick Lamar fan, like the amount of people that just ride for Kendrick, and also just Drake's antics that have been kind of corny the last few years have made like a lot of black people be like side eye. So it's like
he forgot what and I'm not gonna say he did, but it feels like he forgot the essence of rap and who controlled the feeling.
No pun intended.
That's hard.
And who controlled the feeling of rap. Like, he seemed like, he was like, yo, I can do no wrong. This nigga really can't fuck with me. And because I've been so big, I got so many hits, my albums have sold like this, I can Drake my way through this.
Yeah.
Because that's what he did.
Right.
He Draked his way through it. It was no real raps. It was elementary style school flows. It was all of the shit that niggas complain about in his music nowadays. It was all of that shaped in about it. And I still feel like Family Matters is one of Drake's 15, 20 greatest songs. I think that
I'm not mad at that at all.
I think that shit is nuts. I do feel that way.
But also, I think, sorry, not to cut you off. I feel like people do kind of need to give Drake some credit, though, because anybody else would not have lasted that long in that beef. And then also, like, I was getting tired of the 20v1 narrative, but, like, I get it. Kendrick wasn't really beefing with anybody else, so he didn't really have to call anybody else out. And also, Drake is kind of one of those people that, like, he just can't really win with the internet. Because it's like, if all these people double down on the second album to diss you and you don't pay them any mind, it's like, oh, you're a bitch. So,
yeah.
But I just really wish that we could have gotten, like, one solo song that wasn't distasteful of him directly addressing Kendrick.
See, that's my biggest thing in hindsight, looking at just Drake performance in the battle wise. How we got 6 minutes of Kendrick. This is total from him. Like I listen. I can't listen to the hard part 6. Not with a straight face.
I haven't listened to that since it dropped.
But even if I were to include Tailor Made, you get last 2 minutes on Family Matters. You get a couple bars.
First 3 minutes and last 2 minutes.
Yes, for the first verse. A little bit on the first verse, because the first verse is a lot. It's a weekend. It's a bunch of niggas in there. But like, just where I feel like he's just focusing on Kendrick, we didn't get a full Kendrick until it was too late. And on there, I mean, I don't even talk about that. But I think what you said is right with him trying to Drake through it. Like, niggas kill Meet the Grams, but it's you can't keep dropping the same song. Like the what Kendrick did, what was so awesome was.
And why do you not have this many songs ready? If you've been waiting for this beef for this long, why do you only have one song?
No, he planted information though.
And it is very obvious that Family Matters was the red button, and that's okay. Just take the L. But why would you double down on it and go out?
And I hate that
You're
too.
Embarrassing
and
me.
I haven't been the truth nigga, and I'm never gonna be the truth nigga in either side of the beef. But your red button can't be the lie. Like, your red button can't just be to say some crazy shit. Like, just keep rapping. If your red button is to lie, be prepared for the nigga to keep going. Like, I was listening to Red Button as I pulled in here today. I was like, man, Red Button is such a crazy song. Like, was he in there just thinking, like, oh, I can't wait to lie on this nigga? Like, what was the Red Button game plan? Because it feels so, and on Tailor Made Freestyle, which I'll go to my grave hating, but it's so ironic listening to some of the words that he's saying, because he ended up talking to himself. Like, he said this was his plan. You drew up the plan on how to lose. Now you walk around like you not in a beat. Like, you're doing everything you laughed at Kendrick for doing for that week for the rest of your career, because you just didn't want to lock in. It was so.
And I feel like if we had gotten this beef when we were supposed to, like a decade ago, it would have been a completely different.
1,000.
I think it would have. I still think that Kendrick probably would have won, but I think Drake would have put up a better fight, because that's when Drake was still like
in this
trying
shit.
to prove himself
he was
a little
trying
bit.
to prove himself. That was the thing. Like, and I want to.
That was like Nothing Was the Same, Drake.
And I want to ask, and don't respond. I know your answer. Just don't respond. I just want to answer because I have 2 minutes, and we'll get back to the concert. The Heart Part 6. I told Ish this. I told Ish that the Heart Part 6. I conceded that it was a conceit that he lost. He knew he lost, but it was an attempt to fight back for history to feel. It wasn't an intent. It wasn't I think this is going to win the moment over. I don't think I'm going to win the battle with this. But I think in 5 years, in 7 years, in 10 years, in 12 years, when this battle is talked about, because this will be talked about for the next 50 years, when this battle is talked about years down the line and you go back and listen to those songs, the people that weren't there will feel a little bit different than we do because of what he said. They'll be able to be like, well, Kendrick never did prove, or he did say this and this. Oh, that's kind of hard. And that will be able to make it a conversation. And without the Heart Part 6, there is no conversation to be had. Now, respond to that first.
I agree.
Okay.
I agree. Because it's different when it's happening in the moment and you're seeing it like firsthand. And then also everybody's dissecting of all the songs on the internet that's like in your face all the time.
Mm-hmm. This has been a 2-month thing.
Just wish he didn't do that.
3 months.
And it's like, of course, like me, Ish, you, Tyrone, blah, blah, blah. All our friends are always going to be looking at when our kids come up to us or when nephews are little or people we mentor and come up to us and are like, yo, I think Drake might have won. And it's like, no, you weren't there.
You weren't there.
You don't understand. But it gives that, it starts that conversation later down the line is why I think he did that.
I'm not mad at that up until like the minute 25 mark.
Understood.
The Heart Part 6?
The first minute 25, he getting his shit off.
And that's the thing, like the rapping on the song is good. It's just like
that's what I said when I came
everything that Kendrick said he would do, he literally did.
Exactly.
Fabricating family stories, fabricating stories on the family front because you heard Mr. Morale. This nigga took the lyric and interpreted it so wrong.
But and that's my thing is like the first whatever minute where he's just rapping, cool. Listen, I don't play the piano. Maybe niggas let you slide with the B sharp line. You know, I won't even nitpick that. But like, shout out your bud. Some shit will never sound wavy in the whip. And denying the pedo allegations over that beat will never sound wavy. Y'all probably know. Y'all know who Dr. Disrespect is?
Yeah. I've heard that name before.
He's like a giant streamer, but like some allegations have been brought to him,
like
and his response was like, "Yo, I'm too famous or whatever," and niggas are quoting it with the Heart Part 6, like with his picture, like it was some grave missteps, and I think what you were saying, if this would happen 10 years ago, it would be different. I 1000% agree because I personally and. You know, niggas can how they feel about it. I don't think Drake pen is in shape. Not for this. And I think you can hear it on the Heart Part 6.
Hey, bro, I've been saying for... Drake doesn't rap anymore, and no one wants to talk about it. He doesn't rap anymore.
It makes me mad because he'll show it every now and then, and I'm like, why can't you just do
that shit he is doing on Jumbotron shit is not rapping, and I want you niggas to understand that. That's not what we're talking about when we're talking about rapping. We're talking about what Kendrick was doing on Euphoria. We're talking about what Drake was doing on 4 p.m. in Calabasas and Do Not Disturb and 6 p.m. in New York and Madonna and shit like Tuscan Leather. Yeah. That's what we're talking about.
Connect.
The only thing that he's given us recently in that is the uninspired shit he gave us on Scary Hours 3 and Middle of the Ocean.
And Drew Picasso.
Like,
it pop out every once in a while, but that's the thing. And I was even before this beef somehow. Even I've been a Drake hater nigga for years because right after Views came out, I started to see it, and then every album it kept going more. It was like, oh, he's being that nigga a little bit less. He's being that rappy rap nigga a little bit less, and it's progressed all the way here. And this beef went. How I feel like most of his career has gone most of his career has gone since he's become the biggest rapper in the world. He was inconsistent. There were some parts of the song where I was like, man, if he keep rapping like this for a minute and a half, maybe Kendrick might be cooked. But then there were other parts where it was like, it's only Big D in his video proof. It's like that bar shouldn't be in here right now. Like that bar should be used for somewhere else.
And then followed up with our kids should go play in the park.
Yeah.
What are you doing, my nigga? Did no one tell you like
kids are not light skinned?
What are you talking about, you weird ass nigga?
Yo, like it's
freaky ass.
But dog.
Hey, y'all, I'm glad you said that. Y'all kids not the same color. First of all,
like Adonis is white. That is a white man.
That is a white. That is from the Caucasus.
The mountains of Caucasus.
That boy is.
That little boy looks like Drake's mom. Looks just like Drake's mom.
He does. And
the Punnett Square did him so dirty.
Shout out to Punnett Square, but I really feel like it. I think his performances was super inconsistent. Where it was moments in the song where it's like, oh yeah, you got this shit off. This was hard, but it's other moments, and I do feel the 20v1 because you do got to address these niggas, but I don't think it has to be right now. Like Rick Ross, The Weeknd, Future's not gonna send you no more bars. Metro already made. You already cooked Metro. You already shut your whole ass up. It don't matter what Metro do after that. You got that one in the tuck. Rick Ross.
That might be like one of the funniest parts of the whole beef. Because like literally, what else can you do?
It's like damn, like
I was gonna do that anyway.
It's like smack the shit out you, like fuck, nigga, like it was like Joe, just lock in on these. Like I love Family Matters. We get to that middle part, it's like okay, it's awesome to see you shoot at all these niggas. I personally, and I'm a giant Weeknd fan. I'm not expecting the Weeknd to jump up like, all right, like let me get up with you, nigga.
No, I disagree with that part about him not jumping at all them niggas. I think the issue is what you said 10 minutes ago is he didn't focus on Kendrick for his song. Yeah. I don't think Family Matters being the way it's set up the way it is an issue because the middle of that song is ridiculous. Yeah. Like he was tripping. That flow he got in he was tripping. Like that shit is immaculate. The issue is what you said. Yeah. He didn't come prepared. Yeah. After that, it should have been another 3.5 minute songs of him strictly rapping to Kendrick. Yeah. And you wouldn't be saying this anymore. Right. You're saying 1,000%. This because he never focused on
because it feels like
so it feels like it shouldn't be in there.
Exactly.
I think it should be in there. It should just been something after that.
Exactly. 1,000%. You're perfectly correct because like really if we tally like mentally. Because like I've been super hyped for this episode, so I've been like trying to like take mental notes and stuff. If I were to take like one hand all the shit Kendrick said about Drake, it's 40 million things he said about Drake. From why you wear a beard to why you live where you do, where you act, the shows, the way you talk, all that. It's 40 million different things over these songs that he don't like about you, that he think is weird, he think you a creep, all that stuff. And I think about the stuff Drake said about Kendrick, he's like, all right, he's short, he beat his girl. And his kid's not his. And 2 of those 3 not real.
And he said that he don't really be in the hood. That wasn't true. He said he not really banging. That wasn't true. He said that he's not.
He said Baby Keem write his raps.
He said he's not an activist that he says he is. That's not true. Like everything you tried to get to him was untrue. And that's why I keep getting back to the point of why we do this. You have to rap. It does not fucking matter what you say if you are rapping at a high level. Yeah. I swear to God.
As long as you sound like you know what you're talking about.
Bro, if Drake had a song for 4 minutes where he was rapping at a high level and some of the shit he's saying was fabricated, no one would give a fuck. And a perfect example to this is the third verse on Meet the Grims may not be true and no one gives a fuck except for that nigga on the Twitter with the gray Avi that's turned to the side to be nothing was the same. That nigga. Literally. Whatever his name is.
That's my point. And that
talk about that Egyptian nigga.
Whatever, maybe, man.
What the fuck was that?
And that's my point too. Like that's another point that's kind of low key is these niggas are the best wordsmiths we've ever heard. So when Kendrick says that you have an 11-year-old daughter that you should be watching Frozen with at her 11-year-old party, instead you had Turks buying pussy, and then you say, I heard that kid might be Dave Freeze. Don't let it be Dave Freeze. Or I heard you were doing this. Don't say that. Don't say, I heard it might be Dave Freeze. No, say that's Dave Freeze, baby. Like, you have to say things like you mean it. Like you mean it. We're not going to talk about Cole too much. That was my biggest problem with the Cole diss. He didn't mean it. He didn't. You can tell where it's like, Well, don't let it be Dave Freeze. Like, no, this is not the time to be joking. This is not the time to be playing around. Like, I love the Dave Freeze bar, shake that ass, all that stuff. At some point, it should have got deeper. You can't just throw in when you beat your girl. Like, you can't just throw that in. That can't be 2 bars. You can't
elaborate on that.
You have to expound. That's the thing.
Where?
He didn't give his OVO niggas no tools. Yeah. He didn't give no tools. He just said, all right, Kendrick, do this. Y'all got it. Go figure it out.
Okay. Grace, here you
Oh,
go.
oh yeah. Well, I agree 1,000%. I just agree with everything y'all said. It's so true, and it's just like, it's so embarrassing.
All right, back to the show.
Also, they will never make me hate him or J. Cole. So.
Yeah, I'll never hate Drake, but I'm
J. Cole.
I'm looking at Drake a little bit different now. J. Cole, I completely.
It's crazy. I wanted
but
to
he
ask
did the right thing.
I wanted to ask y'all in hindsight, have like a month now. Like, has it changed your? How do you look at both now?
J. Cole, I have no issue with. I completely understand why J. Cole did what he did.
It's just the way in which he did it. Seeing that live was crazy, but
shout out to you because you were there, ground zero.
Like.
And nobody was even I didn't expect people to have that reaction online because out there nobody really cared.
Yeah,
a few people were like, but it wasn't like everyone was like, boo, somebody boo this man.
Niggas lucky I wasn't there.
Someone was like, oh,
how that Cudi concert was that rolling out? They was throwing shit on stage.
Throw something else up, get it.
Whatever is in my hand, I'm fucking getting up there.
Dude, that.
Whatever is in my hand, I'll throw a full water bottle at that nigga.
He said, stop right now, or I'm getting off the stage.
Okay.
I think it's crazy. My view about Drake hasn't changed because it kind of went how I thought it would.
Yeah, that's my thing with Drake is I always thought Drake had a big ass ego. I always thought Drake was an idiot. I always thought Drake acted like a cool ass nigga and he got money and just got to act like a cool ass nigga. I think he is a little cool. I think Drake cool. Yeah, I think Drake still cool. I just think he a little lame. And some niggas are cool and a little lame. I know a couple niggas that are cool and a little lame at the same time.
It's a lot of people though with that type of status, power, and money though that are kind of
I forget who
lame or weird.
It might have been on the show, but Drake's just your friend that can't fight, and that's cool.
Yeah,
we got friends that can't fight. That's cool.
Yeah, so I don't look at either one of them differently. I think only thing I think J. Cole did wrong was apologize on stage. I just don't think he should apologize. I should think he was like, "Yo, I dropped that song the other day. Yo, I'm bowing out of this. This shit is gonna go somewhere. I think it's not. That's peace." I'm my head up, my shoulder high. If he seen me
my chin out,
shut up, nigga. Just say, "Yo, I'm done."
Yeah, see, I
that's
like
the only issue I have.
My part, and you know what? Life works this. I'm glad he backed out. Pause. Life works this way sometimes, but if you gonna back out, don't drop the song. That's my thing. Don't drop 5 minutes dissing me and then be like it's all peace. And Kendrick, salute for that. Salute for taking the high road.
Again, I think Kendrick and Cole wanted a friendly fade as Kendrick offered Drake for you. I think. What happened was Schoolboy Q came to him like he said he did, and he was like, "Yo, this is going somewhere you don't want to be in the middle of," and so he backed out. That's what I think happened.
I agree, but I think the missing part, and this is what Kendrick alluded to, is Schoolboy Q told that nigga that he picked up the phone. He said, "Hey Drake, what you finna say?" And he said, "Oh, okay, I'm straight." I think Schoolboy Q told that nigga "Hey, listen, make sure that nigga don't get out, and make sure that nigga keep it cool, cause if he don't." You're not gonna want to be next to him. Yeah. Hey Drake, what you gonna say? I think that nigga punched Whitney. Okay, it's not no rap shit no more. Okay. I thought we were talking about albums. Okay. I thought we was talking about Grammys.
Yeah, it's just it's just a big ball of what the fuck.
Yeah.
Cause if you told 9th grade me that this is how this would go, I would be like, poetic justice, them?
Yeah,
really?
Those niggas, man, I wonder what happened on that tour.
All right, to the show. The energy of that show was contagious. I felt it in my living room. You felt it in yours. You felt it at work. If you were at the show, I'm sure it was amazing.
Mm-hmm. We were at the show. We were there.
Yeah. I was all there.
I'm excited to listen to the Joe Budden podcast today because Parks was at the show, so I'm excited to hear somebody that was in the building. Salute Parks. I'm excited to hear somebody that was in the building and really could feel that energy and see it. And it left me turning that stream off okay, that's the biggest rapper in the world. And I want to pose you guys a question and keep it under a minute so I can post it on TikTok. Is Kendrick Lamar the biggest rapper in the world?
Yes.
Right now, yeah.
Kendrick's been the biggest rapper. I said this ago. He's been the biggest rapper in the world for a couple weeks. It feels like Kendrick's the
I
biggest
feel like
rapper
he's
in
been the
world.
biggest rapper in the world since Not Like Us dropped.
Yeah.
I literally was at a party and I was like, yo, Kendrick dropped another song.
Yeah.
Whoever was playing music literally stopped, put the song on. Everybody in the party just going crazy.
Yeah,
that is
it's
history.
Sometimes you the hammer, sometimes you the nail. Sometimes it's just your turn, Drake. Sometimes it's just I love back to back. Nigga did it to you.
And
Back to back. I like that record.
how I would wrap this up is simply when you become the biggest rapper, sometimes to become the king, you got to kill a king. And that is simply what happened in this situation. Is Drake killed the king. Kendrick killed the guy that was on top for so long, and now he becomes the guy on top. That is how that works. I don't care about their monthly Spotify streaming numbers. I don't care if Drake has 3 more million streams or 7 more million streams. You feel the impact of Kendrick Lamar right now. And I would beg you, I would ask you this, and this solidifies him being the biggest rapper in the world to me. If Drake and Kendrick drop the same week, are we sure Drake is going to outsell Kendrick Lamar?
No.
If the answer to that question is no, the next question to me would be, who do you think the culture, the community, the rap community wants an album from more, Drake or Kendrick Lamar?
Definitely Kendrick.
1000%.
But people haven't wanted an album from Drake like for a long time though.
To me, that makes Kendrick Lamar the biggest rapper in the world. If we're not sure you have the best, you're not sure you're going to have outsell me, and the people want to hear from me more than you, I'm bigger.
See, but
Drake just needs to take a break for a minute.
He 1000% needs to take a break. But and that's the thing. As the nigga who was always like, hey, Kendrick is Kendrick is right there. Kendrick outsold More Life. Every year they've dropped the same year. Kendrick has outsold him. I think the last 2 times he outsold. I think Nevermind came out when he dropped Morale. He outsold him there. And he outsold him when Damn and More Life dropped. And that's the thing. That's why Drake treating Kendrick the way he did was so frustrating for me. Is because to Kendrick, you are not that nigga. To everyone else, you are Mr. Pop Star, #1, gotta clear my album out for a month. To Kendrick, you are not that guy. To Kendrick, you are the niggas. Y'all came up together. Y'all was on tour together doing y'all first couple of albums. Y'all got popular together. Like, to him, you are a peer. Exactly. You are a colleague. You are a nigga on his level. That's why I think it was always closer than we thought. The difference is Drake just drops every year.
Yeah.
I think if Kendrick were to drop every year, he would definitely. I don't think he would have as many hits as Drake, but he would have way more hits than he does now. Like he dropped like the output,
quality over quantity,
1000%. But the output, I think, kind of, I don't want to say brainwashed, but like the loudest voice in the room was the only voice in the room. So niggas thought it was louder than it was.
Bar. It's kind of a bar.
Like it was Drake thought, I have easy the loudest voice in hip hop, bar none. But that's because you were the only nigga talking in there.
Yeah, that's gonna be the end of the TikTok. That was hard. But yeah, so that leads me into my next question, and you led into what I believe. So I want you to start with, what should Drake do next? And you said break. So after the break, what should Drake do? Style of music, album, how long? After the album, what should Drake do? How should he
I want him to like take a few years off, because I mean, you've given us enough music over the last decade and a half to where give people time to miss you, because like it's never really been a time where people are like, oh my god, like I really need a new Drake album right now. I really need a new Drake album right now, because we know he's going to drop every 2 years at least. So I think he should take time, reevaluate. First of all, clean house. Get some new people around you. Second of all, because there's no reason, like, after Pusha T, you should have cleaned house initially. Yeah. Which is also why I don't know why you thought you could step to Kendrick like that. Because you tried to play Pusha T like you played Meek Mill. And those are not the same caliber. Coming off a loss. And I don't even listen to Pusha T as much as, like, you do. But I know his lyrical ability and, like, just the type of rapper that he is. That's not somebody that... Those scary niggas, you don't beef with them. Right. Like, they're a little rough around the edges, and we're on Degrassi, respectfully. But I feel like...
beef with Prime Wayne. He beef with Prime Wayne. Like...
And I feel like on this break, I just want him to kind of, like, I don't know, try to go back to his roots. somehow, some way. I don't want to. If you could do it for one song, or you could do it for 5 songs on a deluxe, you could do it for an album.
Yeah. I think I definitely agree. We've been asking this nigga to take a break for years. Mm-hmm. I think he has to take a break, but the next step, I don't know. You're right. You got to change the people around you. You got to get some real niggas around you. But the next step, you're not gonna like. The next year, you're not gonna like. It's not gonna be things you want to hear. You're gonna have to take a break, and Kendrick's gonna drop an album. And you're going to have to live through it. You're going to have to live through niggas not thinking you're the biggest rapper anymore. Like, it's going to be a while where you just need to lock in. It maybe
because perception is everything. If you want to be that person, then give us that person.
Right.
It's like a slap in the face when, like, I hear So Far Gone, and then you do shit like Gently. Don't piss me.
Literally, like, I think he has to take a break, come back April, May, summer vibes, pop shit. I think
this summer would be distasteful.
I think personally,
fuck up this year.
Yeah, don't say nothing this year. I think he needs to transition to being a pop star full time.
No.
I have one. One of the things I'm going to recommend for Drake is something that Kendrick recommended for Drake.
Yeah,
ayahuasca. Strip your ego.
Nah, don't do that, Drake. Drake, don't you take noise.
I don't, and I'm not saying literally go to do ayahuasca, but I am saying go to therapy.
Yeah.
Have somebody that you trust, that loves you for who you are, break you down, and strip your ego and get out of this fantasy that you can do no wrong, that you're the king of the world.
I would do that.
That's your God amongst mortals. Get out of that reality. Get out of that thinking. That's number one.
I'll talk to him.
Number two, shut the fuck up from now into October of 2025 at the absolute earliest.
Yeah.
Really, you should wait till summer 2026 in my opinion. But if you want to come earlier because of contract obligations, 2025 of October should be the earliest we hear Drake's music again. Unless it's a feature. Features, I don't mind. If you're doing features, that's cool.
Yeah, I wouldn't be mad at the features.
Yeah, I don't care about the features.
Like,
I'm talking about a full project. From
see, that's where I disagree.
I don't think features. He should do a feature for the rest of this.
Well, he has two.
I think
he has two coming. Yeah, unfortunately. And I know they're gonna be bad.
With Camila Cabello,
yeah.
I don't. Okay, that doesn't matter. He can do that shit. I'm talking about rap shit. But I don't give a fuck about that.
It's gonna be trash.
That's gonna be terrible.
Don't she hate black people too?
She does.
Yes. Lastly,
ironic.
And this kind of goes to Ish's point and kind of your point.
She also just dropped with Playboy Cardi too. So
find your purpose in music. That's how I would describe it. Find your purpose in music and realign with that purpose in the music. Because I could tell who Drake wanted to be when Drake was dropping So Far Gone and Take Care and Nothing Was the Same. I could tell the artist you wanted to be. Nowadays, it just seems like you want to be the artist that's going to sell the most.
Yeah.
Get away from that because you've already sold the most, and we know you were the biggest a rapper ever got other than maybe M. So find who you want to be as an artist and master that. If you want to be a pop star, then do as Ish said and go be a fucking pop star.
I beg you, please don't do that. Please don't do that. Please don't do that.
Go do that. If you want to be a rapper, then make rap music that fits you and that fits your life and that is actual rap music and not this half-ass rap music where you mixing in rap music with kids and R&B and bullshit so you can trick everybody into thinking, shut up, bro, stop doing that shit. So find who you are as an artist and go from there. That is how those are three things I think.
I just need him to like find that same hunger he had on like all those old DJ Khaled songs.
And if you don't have the hunger, retire.
Then, yeah.
Fam, I'm telling you, just make
like Drake could retire, and I would be a little hurt, but I can't really be mad because you've given us so much already.
Listen, you can't retire after getting your ass beat like that. Listen, please, just
that is true. That is true.
Yeah, that's true.
But also, he's very good for like a summer bop and like summer vibe. So I feel like maybe like a summer song, one song, and maybe a couple features next summer, but definitely no projects till. And it gets cold outside.
And I love rappity rap Drake. I don't like pop Drake. This is definitely not something I
like
want
Drake
for
with
you.
The melodies. I don't like Drake when he acts up.
Like, fam, it feels like a line has been drawn where, like, I think Wagwan Delilah came out. I mean, even the Sexy Red joint, where niggas are not trying to hear you bullshit around no more. Like,
he did slide on that song though.
Which one, the Sexy Red joint? See,
I didn't like the song at first. I heard this. I was like,
he's absolutely sliding on that song.
started rapping, I was like,
no, it's definitely a good verse for sure. I don't like you throwing that at the end of the Sexy Red like song. Like I feel like that's just a little corny. Like
I feel like what he should have done, instead of dropping the Heart Part 6, he should have done something like that on the BBL Drizzy beat.
That's what I'm saying. Just drop that. Like that. Like you should have just got your shit off on that. But I think Certified Boogeyman, you didn't want that nigga to be like, oh, you still dropping it? Like you didn't want that nigga to get back up. So I understand.
No more.
Yeah, exactly. But I thought it was like kind of lame. Like at the end of Sexy Red, so I was like, oh yeah, here's a Drake song. Like okay, I get it. But do the pop shit, do the Sexy Red shit. You hanging out with Yeet and Ian and all them little white kids. Do the pop shit, bro. Because it's not. I don't want to say it's not safe in rap, but it's you're under a microscope.
Yeah.
Like Cole, like Cole been on a feature run 2-3 years, no misses, all hits. He dropped that Sorry feature after the Kendrick beef. Niggas put you right under the microscope. Niggas put you under that.
And that shit not even bad.
It's not even. It's just,
I didn't think the song was bad either.
It's not
crazy. That is an amazing feature.
It's not even a bad verse, but you know what?
It just wasn't at the time.
Grippy.
And again,
under that microscope,
being in the moment and being under that microscope is different. You got to move differently.
Yep.
Next, back to the show, bro. Not Like Us. That deserves our attention for a while.
Okay.
So the first time he stopped it at A minor, and he just sat there and let them niggas hold a note. Like, how did you just feel? I felt so good. I felt like born again. Like, this is exactly what I wanted. This is what I needed.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to perform. I said 7 times. I said it was going to get performed 7 times. It got performed 6. So I was like, and I was worried he was going to do it 2 times to get off stage. Yeah. So from Dr. Dre coming out doing California and Still Dre and Kendrick rapping Snoop verse and shit like that, coming off that moment to Dr. Dre and saying, I see dead people, and him getting into that. How did that just make you feel as somebody who just loved this shit?
Like,
just like, I don't know. It was a little weird seeing Dr. I know why Dr. Dre, of course, had to be there, but it just made me like a little side eye. Because I've just been side eyeing Dr. Dre for years.
Shout out D Barnes.
Because, like, if you're being upset with Drake, like, calling out Drake for doing all this shit, Dr. Dre beats people too. And he got a child pregnant.
I definitely agree. She was 20. I don't know why he told you that. I just kept scrolling. But
no, I looked it up for myself. Yeah. But like, he's like old.
No, it was definitely some weird shit. Dr. Dre definitely had a weird case. I don't know why he's around. But my thing is, I wonder, like people said it to me. It was like, wow, you hate Dr. Dre, and I was like, no, he probably shouldn't diss Kendrick though. Like he probably should mind his business. He got shit in his closet. Like you'll see Dr. Dre running around starting beef with niggas. Like he probably Dr. Dre mind his business. Like I 1000% agree. That's some weird shit. But I also don't think Dr. Dre should jump out the window at a nigga who would like take it there with him. But hearing Not Like Us, like when he got to the first part and they just held it in the whole crowd. First of all, the crowd. Shout out to the crowd.
Yeah, they knew what needed to be done.
Niggas went bar for bar. Them niggas were locked in. It was amazing. But I was like, oh yeah, it's over. It's over.
Benito.
It's
as a lover of music, I was like, damn, this is fire.
That's a knockout.
But as a Drake fan, I was like,
he's dead.
Damn, I hate that for you, friend.
He's dead. It's a knockout. That body's cold. Joe Budden said streets need a body. There it is right there. He got up there and said, hey, Drake, he did the 2 small shits. like just and
then getting all those people on stage, just Bloods, Crips.
And definitely called you a pedophile on Amazon. Definitely said it that first time.
Jeff Bezos let that happen.
Yeah. Shout out to the head of Amazon Music from Compton too.
Salute.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I was just the energy. Like I said, I could feel it through the TV. It was contagious. It felt so good to see a moment like that because Not Like Us, like you said, it was a moment. It was a moment where we stopped in time. And I remember the first time I heard like Not Like Us, and I said, oh my God, I've never heard Kendrick on a Mustard beat. What the fuck? Actually, oh shit. Kendrick can do this?
Yeah.
Like I remember that moment feeling like, where in the fuck has this nigga been? This is crazy.
Yeah.
And so to see that moment, it's like getting Spider-Man in live action.
1,000%.
It's like seeing animated Spider-Man and then getting to see it in live action.
1,000%.
That's how that feels.
Yeah.
Is that you got to see him perform that and get the energy behind it.
Niggas swinging through the city.
Like one thing, it's one thing to feel it in a club. It's one thing to feel it at a cookout.
Right.
But to see that nigga on the stage perform it with his city behind him, with his niggas behind him, it's just a different fucking feeling, man. That shit was just inspiring. It just felt good. Like
certified boogeyman.
And I love how not Dr. Dre, my boy, Big Boy, he paused. He said that he said that wasn't it was a celebration of Kendrick. It wasn't a hate on Drake. First off, like 75-25. Let's be honest.
Both could be true.
I'm going to say 80-20. I'm going to say 80-20 because I saw the size of that screen. I said, hey, listen, Drake. Listen, because that's the
way
thing.
Academics was losing his mind was like that shit was like.
And he said, Rochelle never get a ring.
Listen, I was worried Kendrick was going to take the high road, and I think he did a little bit outside of the music because because you were the nigga that was. Oh, I'm gonna throw the Summer Jam meme up, Summer Jam screen with all the memes on it.
He could have got bad. It could have got really bad.
It could have got really bad.
It got really bad. Yeah. But Big Boy said that, but in that moment, after he started bringing up on people on stage and shit, and then at the moments where Schoolboy Ab-Soul was on the stage with him, and J-Rock was on the stage with him, those moments really did just feel like a celebration of LA, a celebration of Kendrick Lamar and what he's done and what he's meant to the city, and that shit just felt good to see. So that's what I mean. And then the rap fan in me, the nigga that love rap beef in me, it just felt good to see that nigga rap that shit with that aggression. Like, nah, that first two times, like I mean this shit.
Yeah,
like run it back, run the shit
out.
back.
And also, like it felt good too, because even though Kendrick's not on TDE anymore, like they still showed up and showed out for him. Like
that's family.
1,000%.
That's really family. And like I think the third time he played it, he actually got to the second verse. I think.
Yeah, it was the third time. Yeah.
And then he got to the. You really think the Bay gonna let you disrespect Pac, nigga? What? Like hearing that second verse where he really lock in. That's my favorite verse on Not Like Us, where he really lock in. Like you can tell he really enjoyed that shit. Yeah. He really enjoyed stomping.
He said it with his entire chest.
And then
I've seen people in Drake merch out at parties, like with the Her Loss t-shirts on, rapping Not Like Us bar for bar.
Oh, it's a hit. It's a hit. It's a
classic
bro.
Song, bro. And
kids know it.
the breath control.
Oh, yeah.
To walk around through your niggas and dap your niggas up, keep your place in the song, keep the breath control, keeping the crowd engaged. That shit is so crazy. Like it was 70 niggas on that stage, and he was walking. Yo, what's up, my nigga? Boom, boom. I heard you like him young. Yeah. Boom, boom, boom. Yo, stage right. Yo, like how?
Beyonce sent him flowers and a card.
You feel me? You feel me?
I know you saw this tweet, and you probably did too, because you were a big Beyonce fan. But they was like, you could tell they besties.
Yeah,
you can tell they besties. Like the shape that nigga is.
And someone in the comments was like, "Yeah, she definitely sent him a personalized card and some flowers."
Great job. Like,
bro,
proud of you, Kendrick.
When they showed the wop camera angle, they was like, "I know Beyonce texted him like, I like this part."
Bro, that shit. No. It was like once we got there. It was like I was watching a movie. It was like I was like, oh, okay.
Like, is this the Renaissance?
It's like, oh, this is a masterclass. Like, okay, he didn't just come out here to just perform. Like, them niggas, they cut the camera 10 times. Like,
and that meme of Beyonce, and she's like, yeah, she definitely texted like, ooh,
yeah, that looks.
I like this.
Yeah, that looked cool, Kendrick. But. Nah, man. I love that nigga, man. I'm so happy for him. And then the uniform. He didn't even take his hood off.
I know he was hot.
Walking around like he had a gun in his hoodie the whole night.
And the Pac fit. Didn't take the hood off. Yeah. Like I said, didn't raise his emotions too high. Just a masterclass like Bootleg Kev, who I won't shout out too much, but I will this time, said that Kendrick, he was like, I don't know why Drake decided to battle this nigga. All he does is rap and work out. Like,
all he do is rap.
That nigga was in the park doing push-ups.
To oldies.
In all black. In the middle of the summer.
He's crazy.
Bro,
you don't beef with short people like that, though.
He's thrown off.
Because all short people are a little off.
Bro. He's thrown off. He really just the baby with an education. That's all Kendrick Lamar is.
Nah, I forget who said it. It was just great coach. That nigga is evil Andre 3000. He's evil Andre 3000. That's why I thought it was interesting. The music they were playing in between, I love the song choices in between.
The niggas played a Millie. You know how crazy that is?
Wayne's son was there.
Yeah. Wayne's
I would love to get Wayne's opinion.
No, you wouldn't.
On this beef. But he probably doesn't even. I wouldn't even be surprised if he didn't know what was going on.
I would love to hear Wayne's opinion. Because every time I'd be like, you did fuck on Wayne, girl. That was conniving, nigga.
I don't think Wayne really likes Drake like that. Like I've come to terms with that. I think they have a business relationship, and I think that's his dog.
I think that was, oh shit, this nigga might be the biggest artist in the world. Like, okay, that's my dog.
And I have moments with you, so I'm always gonna respect. I think again, I try not to talk about Wayne too much because I know way too much. But Wayne is a very loyal guy. The niggas that have been around Wayne have been around Wayne since he was 15 years old. So like the loyalty that he has for Drake, like he's always gonna show up when he calls. Yeah. He's always gonna do the business with them when they need to do it. Songs getting done, all of that. I'm always gonna give you my best on every song because I respect you and I fuck with you for what you did for me, what we did for each other, and how you treated me and how you still talk about me. But I don't think like he want to hang out with Drake type shit. Like, no,
1000%. He told that nigga, if I was Wayne, I'd be pissed because I told you, keep it Canadian, keep it cool. He did. You didn't want to fucking listen. You wanted to be mob ties. You wanted to be big, bad, and tough. And it was niggas out here that's actually tough. Niggas out here that actually with it. Hello. Man, it was it was just crazy. Not like once he got to like the third or fourth time. I was just I started to look up what's the ordinance for LA, like how late can they actually go, like can he just keep rocking this shit?
Who's gonna tell him to get off the stage? Like
niggas was getting on the stage like, yo, one more time, like you can hear it, do it again. Like he's holding the mic, he said, yo, one more, like yo, keep going.
But it was like Savannah was like, I don't care that your friends are up there, you not
getting up there. That tweet that was like, knowing Bron got a closet full of OVO sweaters makes this even more funny.
Damn. They say Bron got up and she grabbed him by the collar. No, come on.
No. I don't care that your little friends up there.
Now
you
know.
Right
now
down.
you know. That shit is crazy, but he really walked that nigga down in front of everybody, man.
In front of everybody, bro. I had Bron in the building. Oh, my God.
I know he was there, didn't know one word.
Didn't know one word. They said Bron down there. Bron down there rapping all the songs.
It was so funny seeing niggas, and I don't know if this was intentional with how dark it was everywhere, but it was so funny seeing like how many famous niggas was just trying to be there. Like some niggas that just wanted to go to the show type shit. Like
SZA?
Yeah, SZA.
The Weeknd was there.
Fam, Kawhi was just at the show. Like,
oh yeah, I did see Kawhi.
was there, that bitch.
Let me ask, because I'm the Meet the Grams guy. Were y'all surprised that he didn't do it?
No, I knew he wasn't performing that. The energy behind that song is not concert.
Bro, the meme of the guy in the corner, and it's just like nothing but black. You just see a hooded figure. Someone was like, he's gonna cut all the lights off, and it's just gonna be Kendrick rapping in the dark.
Yeah, no. I would
have called the police.
I thought the only chance he would play it is if he started with it. But I'm glad he didn't, just because, like, man, that is some heavy hitting shit. Like, I think that is not a song.
Would you do the whole song or just like part of it?
I do the last
and then
verse.
Transition like into Euphoria.
I do the last verse.
I was about to say I thought he might do the last verse because of the impact. I thought he might go from 616 from Meet the Grams to 616.
Yeah,
but I wasn't surprised he didn't.
Yeah, I'm very cool. With
that might have been the final straw for Amazon.
Yeah,
this program is no longer available.
Like that, like, cause I do want to go a little song by song, just because we have Grace here. We didn't really get to like review it, but like just talking about Meet the Grams, it's like it just feel like all body shots. Like it's just all body shots. Like it's not for like I ain't write this song to do it at a concert. I wrote this song for you to hear this shit and for you to hate me type shit.
Type shit. That's exactly how it
is. That's real hatred.
But I
need to do more.
What's your favorite song from this? Or top three? Let me say top three.
Euphoria, Family Matters, and Not Like Us. Okay. Euphoria is probably my favorite. I listen to that shit like every day.
I think Not Like Us is definitely my favorite. I think my favorite is Not Like Us, and then Family Matters. And
just like the creativity of
in LA is actually
Euphoria is just like not 1 second of the beat was wasted, and like just the like creative bars he was doing, like that core audience bar lives in my head rent free. Yeah. I was like.
Yeah, he's a good guy. He's a good rapper, man.
Yeah, 1,000%.
I'm really mad that I found out that he was doing taking the monetization, like the copyrights off the reactions, because I would have done one. Yeah. But every time I try to do a song reaction, it always gets copyrighted.
Yeah, he took it.
And I realized that after the fact, and I was like, well, I've already heard it, so.
No,
I also wasn't really trying to wait.
I definitely agree.
I'm doing like a halfway point video next week, so to discuss everything, because there's a lot of stuff I haven't been able to get to.
I think if I had to rank 3 today, I would have Euphoria, Meet the Grams, and then Not Like Us. Every day, Family Matters make me a little more mad. I'll probably enjoy Family Matters a lot more next year, when everything's over.
You're gonna sit in the chat next year like, hey, Family Matters.
Not gonna lie.
I will say I've heard the last 2.5 minutes of Family Matters like a million times, like 1,000. I have from when that last beat changes, the Kendrick just opened his mouth. I've heard that a million times. I love that. That was just man.
Wait, oh shit.
When he reacts to it, he's like, oh shit.
Wait, what are we thinking about?
Yeah, that shit is crazy. He was tripping.
Yeah. 1,000%.
Yeah,
no, that man, he was
just a beautiful flow.
All right, so
can't believe he
that aged so bad because now he's about to drop 2 songs with
someone who hates. Yeah.
New big 3. I do want to ask.
Okay.
Do we feel like the big 3 is rearranged? Do we have a new big 3? Are we still sticking with Drake, Cole, and Kendrick, or do we think there is a new big 3 and is there a new order to it?
Is that
I wouldn't be mad if they took out J. Cole and put Future in it.
See, that's interesting because before this beef, our chat had an argument about the big 3, and niggas was like, Cole won. But for me, Cole's not in the big 3, and Drake is 3rd for me right now. I
can revisit that question when the fall off drops.
Yeah. My big 3
but right now, Future is definitely.
Man.
Right now, it would be Kendrick, Future, Drake for me.
I agree.
Right now, it would have to be, and I was Mr. J. Cole before this beef started. But I want you to understand something: that a moment can change everything.
That's fair.
Last year, Nikola Jokic came into the season, the 2023 season came in, and we was up here saying, he ain't better than Steph. Yeah. In crunch time, he's not better than Bron.
I don't think he is.
He may not be better than Giannis. He may not be better than Embiid. Is he better than Luka? Yeah. He went on that run, won the championship, and for a full year, he is the best player in the world, no question. It's not a question. We don't even know who really second, but he the best in the world, and it's not a question about it. A moment can change everything. So how I felt about J. Cole when this started in April is not how I feel about J. Cole today. I did think J. Cole was second in the big 3. I did think J. Cole was rapping at a higher level than all 3, 4, 5 of them that we're talking about in the big 3. I believed all of that. Facts. But as I said, a moment can change everything. And the moment that Kendrick presents it, the moment that Kendrick gave us, he deserves the 40 hours worth of content we've given him in the past 4 months. He is at the top of the rap game right now.
Yeah.
And number 2, I think it has to go to Future. Future started all of this.
Yeah.
Future's album started all of this.
Classic
and
album.
Then one thing that got missed is he dropped a better album a month later.
Mm-hmm.
2 classic albums.
He dropped a better album a month later.
Yeah.
He dropped the R&B album.
Yeah.
A month later.
That's what made me really. That was my biggest qualm with the beef is that the rest of the album got kind of overshadowed. I feel
that album is Both them albums are crazy.
Yeah. They're crazy.
They're not good. They're not
I think he won the Grammy.
They're not a Future dropped the album this shit, cool.
Yeah.
Some of them albums are just Future dropped the album with 3, 4 songs on it that go crazy. The rest of it is cool, but it's just
the album he dropped last.
Yeah. The album with
I Never Liked
Puffin
You.
on Zooties
I Never
and
Liked
shit.
You. Yeah,
I Never Liked You. That was just a Future album. It was cool. This shit is a album. I haven't listened to these albums front to back since they came out, bro. So Future's
I have them in a
2.
playlist so that way I can shuffle and listen to both of them at once.
Future's number 2, and then at number 3, I'm gonna keep Drake there because he deserves there. Drake has done too much for rap and has been too crazy over the last 3 years.
And there isn't really anybody else I feel like now.
I have 2 names.
That's who?
Tyler the Creator.
Okay.
Tyler's in my big 3.
That's
Gunna.
fair. That's
Tyler
fair.
the Creator and Gunna are the next 2 to fill the slots.
I can see that.
Coming. I was at that Gunna show. We're gonna get there.
We're
gonna get there. I was at that Gunna show. That's not normal. That's not. That's not the 10th biggest rapper in the world crowd performance, crowd reaction. That is a top 3, 4, 5, 6 rapper on this planet. That's top 10, top 12.
Bro, did you see that video he posted of him working out yesterday?
Yes. Dude, he is nice, bro. Gunna is him, and we spoke about Tyler earlier. We know who Tyler is. So, Cole, sorry.
Yeah. Actually, no, Drake's not in my big 3. Sorry.
I feel like Drake hasn't been in your big 3 for a long time, though.
Nah, he's always he stayed in the 3 just because he's still Drake, and there really was just not anybody to replace him type shit. But I think Tyler's there, Future there, and I think Kendrick's there.
Yeah, I don't think there's no argument for Tyler being out with Drake. Simply, just he hasn't outsold him. I don't think he has a better project than Drake's best project. I don't think the only thing that I think he has on him is you can argue that his last 2 albums are better than Drake's last 2 albums.
Yeah, no, see that would be my retort would be, since Tyler the Creator started dropping music, whose music's been better?
If we're saying since he started dropping music in 2013 than Drake, but if we're saying since
he revamped
his prime, which I would consider Igor,
rebrand. That's the word.
I would consider Igor the start of Tyler's prime.
Now I would go Flower Boy.
I would say Flower Boy.
I would go 20 from
go Flower Boy?
27 from 2017.
No, we're going Flower Boy because Flower Boy got nominated for a Grammy. So
and also like I don't know if you guys watched his Rap Radar thing on. Hulu or whatever, but he was like, I feel like people think I'm a joke.
Yeah.
So he made Flower Boy and was like, they're gonna.
I think
that's when the rebrand started, when he stopped making Scare the Hoes music and started taking the craft seriously.
He started super young. Like that's my thing. From 2017 on, if you took Drake albums from 2017 on, Tyler albums from 2017 on, and rank them, you could hit 3 Tyler albums before you list a Drake album.
But
that's fair.
I
Except Her Loss.
I would disagree with that because I would throw Her Loss at probably the top of that, maybe second.
Over what?
Call Me If You Get Lost. Over all of that. The 3 Tyler albums.
Yeah, I'd probably put Her Loss first. But
he put 3 albums. I'll probably put Her Loss first.
Yeah,
he was calling Her Loss a classic last year. Don't do this.
I have to. I think all 3 of them Tyler albums are 10 to 10 too, though.
But yeah, I don't think it's an argument because I think features matter. I think your performances matter. I think where you're performing in arenas matter. I think all of those things matter when we're talking about a big 3. I'm taking it the complete act of being a rapper. Like, I'm not just talking about the music when I talk about this. I think if we're talking musically, then yeah, we can have that conversation. But when we're talking about everything, we have to take into part everything Drake's numbers, Drake chart type of shit, and that's why I'm keeping.
See, that's another reason why I would have Tyler in there, as he's the head designer at Louis Vuitton and throws a festival every year that's the size of Coachella in his city. Like Tyler Creator, he's at a point, he's definitely not as big as Drake, but he is 1,000% a superstar. Like Tyler is for sure touring, doing all that, winning Grammys. Like Tyler
is
dropping
this year?
I think he's going to
drop. No, he's dropping next year.
I think he's going to drop in the winter this year. I really do. I think he's going to drop in the winter this year. His last 2 albums have been summer albums. Yeah. Flower Boy is kind of a summer album too. So I think he's going to drop a winter album, a slower paced album. I think it's going to be a mix of the Flower Boy sound and Call Me If You Get Lost. That's what I'm thinking.
I never know with Tyler. He's one of those artists I really don't like go into the album with like musical expectations because you just really never know.
Yeah.
But I definitely think this next album is going to be his biggest, and I don't think it'll be like his biggest feature is 42 Doug.
Didn't he get 2 Grammys?
Yes.
Like back-to-back years?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, no, Tyler's him. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Tyler's definitely number 4 right now.
Yeah.
He would be number 4 or 5. 4, 5, 6 would be Drake, J. Cole, and Tyler, J. Cole, and Gunna. Those would be my next 3.
Okay. Where's Childish Gambino?
But on to
hey Drake, don't think we forgot about what you said. We just kept it cool. We didn't forget about that little shit you said about Gambino. You got what's coming to you though. All right,
but to move on from Kendrick for a little bit.
No, I ain't like that. Like, why is he randomly dissing Childish Gambino? Like,
well, because didn't Childish Gambino like diss him first?
Yes,
he did.
Yes.
Yeah, This Is America is supposed to be a Drake diss.
Yeah, like where? Where's the Drake diss? That's what I'm talking about. Like, you can't just randomly say This Is America sucks. It's supposed to be a Drake diss. Like,
well, I think people think that song sucks in general.
I think the song sucks too.
He said,
but like, don't randomly just say it's a Drake diss. Fuck you. Like,
no, he said that. Childish Gambino said.
Oh, he did?
In an interview. Yeah, he was like, this was supposed to be. He was like, it was kind of like a fuck you to Drake. Like, he said that in an interview a couple weeks ago.
I gotta see that.
Yeah, I kind of figured that was the case because it's called. He's from Canada.
Yeah, like this. That's what I'm saying. Like he said.
The fuck is about Drake?
It's an interview. You gotta go. You can go. Just pull it.
I knew it. I knew like hit. I think it started because they had the song for a super long time. I know he said like it might have started like it's an actual Drake diss.
Yes, I don't think he said the song was a diss. I think he said he made the song in a fuck you to Drake, and that's how Drake.
Okay,
that's what I'm pretty sure he said.
Childish Gambino like pisses me off now. I used to love him.
Did you watch Mr. and Mrs. Smith?
Not yet. It's on my list. But I'm just saying musically, he's been pissing me off lately. I just want him to rap.
Mr. and Mrs. Smith was pretty good.
It was good. I liked it too. He's another one of those artists where it's like, I kind of get it. Like, you're in so many different places. Like, it's hard for you to like lock in and make it because of the internet. Like, it's hard for you to really lock in and make like because like he don't have 8 months to set out and make an album. So maybe like the route he's going now, I super fuck with. Is like, all right, I haven't dropped music for 7 years because now it actually takes 7 years for me to do all this shit because I'm in so many places. So we'll see what his next album, because he has an album that's going to drop soon that I'm pretty excited about.
I hope it's good.
Meg is dropping this week.
Yes.
How do you feel about that?
I'm excited.
It's 18 songs.
18 songs.
I'm excited.
Does she have 18?
She has a. I'm ready for the song with UGK. It's that many songs?
It's 18 songs. Yeah,
that nigga is funny.
Well, I think like 3 of them already came out.
Yeah, his came out.
But BOA is on there. That came out, and I think one more. The other
Cobra.
Cobra. So yeah, but I'm excited for Meg. I'm excited to see what she does because Meg is in a. From what it looks like, it seems like Meg has a bigger budget than she's ever had right now.
Yeah,
it's the only features on there are from I want to say UGK and
Victoria Monet.
It's
2 others, but I don't know who they are.
It is. I think those are going to be like the Caribbean records for that market. And, So I'm excited to see how she comes out of all of this because this is the first project since all of the mess has happened. She's on tour, so. Dropping on tour is interesting to me because is that a cash grab?
I'm tired of people doing that shit.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't know the words.
I don't like the tour drops because it's like are you like doing this as a cash drop or like is this an album you really took your time?
Like when Gunna did that, I was like, you literally could have dropped the album like a week before.
I did not understand why Gunna did that.
Yeah,
how am I supposed to learn the words?
Yeah, I think my only expectation is we're gonna see if she's signed to a label. I don't know if she's like
she's not.
I don't know if she's like independent, like if she signed like a distribution, because you can 1,000%.
She has her own. She like started her own kind of like label thing.
Yeah, listen, we'll see. We'll see her. I'm telling you, we'll see. Because niggas like,
and she had a lot of trouble with her other labels and stuff.
Yeah,
too,
that's what I mean.
So
like, I don't know if she got out and like went to somewhere smaller. Like she's underneath some like.
She's managed by Rock Nation. Like, she's
still managed by
in a deal. There's just ways to word it to make it seem like you're independent. Okay. Megan Thee Stallion is not independent.
Okay, that's
a brand, an artist that big does not. Is not independent.
Yeah, no,
it was like when Chance said he was independent. He's not independent. He has people funding him. He has backing. It's just I'm not signed to a label that I owe albums to. So we just say we're independent.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm looking for. Because niggas was like, man, Don Tolliver, he was only gonna do 55K. It's like, yeah, like that's how the labels do that shit. Like, either you're gonna sign one of these deals, or you have to sell that shit on your own. For real. Shout out to him for dropping that deluxe too, getting them numbers up. I love the album.
He dropped the deluxe already.
No, he dropped the deluxe early this week. Yeah, I think it was on his website.
Oh my god, I still haven't finished the album.
Yeah, I think it was on his website.
I was trying to do a reaction, and these kids were outside screaming and hollering, so I didn't get to listen.
How do you feel about Kehlani album?
Oh, I loved it.
I think Kehlani's album is fantastic.
Yeah, it's very. First of all, she sounds so polished on there. So polished. Her voice is like. Yeah. I don't know.
It's grown.
It's so like to be listening. Someone who's been listening to her since 2015. It's like wow. Yeah. And it's just all the different genres, but still staying true to like herself. Oh my god.
Yeah,
so
I was really
good.
impressed.
That song with Omale.
I was really impressed with how she tapped into different markets. The Caribbean market, she's in the Caribbean market. She had the little Miley Cyrus Post Malone bag. She got and then she got in her regular pop bag, the R&B bag. She was just in different bags, and it didn't feel too much. It didn't feel like she was. You said it perfectly. It didn't feel like she was swaying away from who she was. It just felt like she mixed this into a cohesive album, and that's hard to do.
And especially when you're getting into that many genres, like it can sound like a playlist, or like all over the place, and it sounds like even the songs that flow into each other. Like 'cause normally when I do reaction videos, I don't react to the singles because I already heard them, but the way the intro flowed into Next to You, I was like, Nelson and I were like, no, we got to keep this in there.
Yeah.
Oh
and what's her face? The song, I think the other song that dropped was After Hours.
Yeah.
After Hours is crazy. But my 3 favorite from the first listen were Crash, Better Not, and Vegas. Those 3 songs.
Vegas.
Those 3 songs were crazy, bro.
Yeah, my top 3 would probably be Vegas, Tears, and Probably Crash too.
Yeah, Crash is crazy. Like Taylor loves Kehlani, so I'm excited for her to listen to it because I think this
Ready
might be.
for that tour.
I really liked her last album, and I think I might like this album more.
I know, and that's why when
and
she
I
was
really
like,
liked the last album.
I know when she was like doing a little promo on TikTok, and her friend was like, "Yeah, this might be better than it was good until it wasn't." And I was like, "No way in hell."
Yeah, I was like, "No, way in hell." That shit is called like it's so good. I finished the album, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm going back to her show."
And it's so same. Literally halfway through, I was like, "Yeah, we're going to that."
That shit is.
I might have to get the meet and greet.
Don Tolliver. You listen to Don Tolliver. How did you?
Yeah, I definitely liked it. I'm not the biggest Don Tolliver guy. We talked about this a little bit, but I thought the production was great.
Great.
I listened to it a couple times in my beats
I've
at the
never really heard
gym.
a bad produced Don Tolliver.
Yeah, he's definitely one of those people from the Travis Scott tree, from the Houston tree, where it's gonna sound melodically good. Mm-hmm. You know, like you're not gonna be combing through Don Tolliver words. Like, what is he saying? But like, I thought it sounded really good. I thought the features were great. The sample choices I thought were cold. I texted Dane when I heard the Pharrell "Beautiful" sample. Like, it takes some balls to sample that. Yeah. I thought it was a good song. I thought it was great though.
Yeah, I thought Backstreet with Tizo, Purple Rain feature, and Ice Age with Travis are my 3 favorite, and Glock are my 4 favorite songs. Some shits are ridiculous, man. And that shit with Kodak is crazy. That shit with Kodak is hard.
Shout out Kodak.
It was so funny before Travis dropped Utopia. Someone was like, Don Tolliver has had his entire career, and the amount of time it's taken Travis Scott to drop an album.
Yeah, literally.
He did though.
No, for real.
He really did. He's dropped like 3 albums.
Don Tolliver was on Can't Say, and then had his whole career, and then Travis dropped the album.
That's funny as hell.
But and then also, I've been wanting to talk to you about this forever. Billie's album.
Amazing.
Billie's album is.
I recorded a video, and the only reason I didn't upload it is because my eyelash was hanging off, and I didn't know the whole video. God. And I was like editing, and I was like, that looks a little off. Fuck. But that album,
yeah,
it's probably on my top 5 from the year.
Yo,
Birds of a Feather.
Unfortunately, it is. Like, that shit is cold, bro. Like, and y'all, I fuck with Billie way more than a guy that grew up like I did should. Like, there's no reason I should fuck with Billie Eilish as much as I do. I don't know how this happened, but from Ocean Eyes and I Don't Want to Be You No More, she had me. Like,
yeah, she's cold.
She is tripping on this album. It's such a good sounding album, but what's impressive about her is that, like, you can tell she knows how to make a hit. Like, Lunch is a fucking hit. And it seems like it's so easy for her to just get in that bag. But when she wants to get in her artist bag, her musical bag, and create a ballad of her sort, of her and her bag of that, it's like Birds of a Feather.
And the vocal layering on the album is just like, her voice is like,
she is crazy, bro.
It sounds like her voice is just like gliding over the beat like a feather.
Bro.
Like, oh my gosh.
She is fucking cold, man.
I need her, like, I love how her and Phineas, they like only work with each other.
Yeah, I fuck with that.
She only has like 2 or 3 features in her whole discography.
Yeah, that song with Khalid is crazy.
That was like Khalid and Vince Staples.
Yeah, she has a song with Vince.
Shout out Vince Staples.
And he was on her first.
So happy it got renewed for season 2.
Yeah.
And the greatest.
The greatest.
The greatest is crazy, man.
And the Chihiro.
Yes.
That was like, oh my god.
Chihiro. I don't really know how you're supposed to pronounce that, but yeah, Chihiro is crazy. Really, everything is crazy.
I'm gonna find a way to get to the tour. I'm gonna have to sell an arm and a leg. But
yeah, I don't need to go see her tour again. I'm okay with that.
Oh, did you go to the last one?
Yeah, I was at the last one.
So I've only seen her at festivals. I want to see her at a concert.
Yeah, her show was great. I might see some clips and end up wanting to go, but like I'm thoroughly impressed. And then the last person I have, Maeta. I don't know if y'all know who Maeta is. She's a newer R&B.
Yeah, she was on Chris Brown's album.
Yeah, she's on Chris Brown's album. I love that song a lot. Best Ever. And she just dropped the album too.
She did?
Yeah. It's 7 songs. It's a perfect listen, very smooth listen. She is cold as fuck.
Because I fuck with her. She has a cover of a Don song, Swinging on
Westminster.
Yeah.
She's cold, bro. She's really cold. So I fuck with her.
Save that.
And then we also dropping this week, we have Marsha Ambrosius dropping an R&B album this week.
That's hard.
Very, very excited.
Oh my gosh.
Marsha Ambrosius dropping a fully produced Dr.
This year is
album.
like federal.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
That is nuts.
Literally, like every single person that I am a really big fan of, except for Drake, I think, is dropping this year, and Justin Bieber.
I think Hov is dropping. I think we getting Hov soon.
I don't think that he's gonna drop until Beyonce drops Act 3. That's my theory.
Nah, hell no. Drake he's gonna drop before that because I don't think Beyonce's dropping Act 3 for another 3 years. I don't think Act 3 is coming out to 2027. So It's 2024.
Yeah, you could be right.
Renaissance
You
is
could be right. It was
2021. Yeah, so I don't think it's gonna be another year. I think Hov is dropping late this year, like September, August. I think it might be December. It might be on his birthday. It might be something like that. And then I think, like I said, I think Tyler's dropping at the end of this year. I think Wayne is dropping at the end of this year. I think Travis may drop at the end of this year. Baby should be dropping at the end of this year.
Sabrina Carpenter
is dropping later this year. Post Malone is dropping later this year. We got Meg coming next week. I think Cardi B is going to get forced to drop.
Yeah.
1,000%. I've never seen a label quote a tweet like, whoa. I've never seen a label quote a tweet like, hey.
Where is the album?
Yeah.
You're starting to piss me off.
She said, no album this year. The label quoted it like, ah.
Hey, I told y'all 3 months ago she was scared.
Yeah.
Like,
but did y'all hear the Wannabe remix?
Yeah.
She slid.
It's a lot different rapping over a minute than making a song, man.
No, I know.
It's a lot different, bro.
I know. But I don't know. I think it's just like, I probably would be scared too. Like, especially the amount of backlash. Not like scared, but I'd be like a little like hesitant because it's like her album won a Grammy and the discourse that caused is already like.
Her album won a Grammy and then she had one of the biggest rap songs of the streaming era on it. Too. Yeah. Like, it's not just that it won a Grammy. She had one of the biggest songs ever.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think now
is that Bodak Yellow?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't think
that was a moment.
I think she's
a moment, bro.
I think she's like. I think she don't. I mean, I can understand not wanting to drop for real. Like especially like in the position she is.
She might not care. Also,
like I don't think Cardi B wants to be a rapper. If that makes sense.
I think she likes being the rapper and how she's a rapper.
Yeah.
I think she likes doing features, popping out with the girlies,
right?
Doing a show every now and then, headlining a festival.
Exactly.
But I don't think she wants to be. Like you said, I don't think she wants to be the day-to-day rapper.
Yeah, I don't think Cardi B wants to be the rapper. I think Cardi B was
a brand.
Oh, she was a brand.
Yeah, that's
she
a good
was
way of
rapping.
putting it.
She was trying to get out the hood. She rich, famous. She ain't got to do nothing ever. I understand. It's like, hey, Cardi, you want to drop an album and go on tour? Not really. Not really, nigga. No, I don't. Like, I don't like Cardi. And
I don't know if anyone cares, but Ice Spice is also dropping.
I care. Shout out Ice Spice.
Did you hear the song Did you hear the song she dropped yesterday?
Hell no.
Fat butt.
Yeah.
Hell no, I ain't heard that shit.
Butt. I liked it. But I'd also like keep Ice Spice in a certain
for real. I love Ice Spice
category. I just like I don't really listen to her for like
she looks
Capricorn
amazing.
Queen. Yeah. I don't really listen to her for much of substance. Like she's just fun.
It's just fun to
No,
hear.
actually I did hear it and I wanted to tell you. Salute to her. We finally got someone on Nicki Minaj's side.
I told you.
We finally got one.
But the thing is, apparently, I don't know how I ended up in this rabbit hole one day, but apparently, like, she doesn't really like Nicki Minaj. And Nicki Minaj was trying to get her to sign to her label, and she was like, no, I'm not doing that. And I guess that caused beef. And then, Cardi, like, kind of clickbaited her, like, baited her into posting that picture of the two of them. And then there was, like, beef there for a little bit. So I don't know if they resolved that.
Oh, no, give it time. She'll spaz on her.
But,
she does.
1,000%.
Yeah,
1,000%.
Yeah.
Sexy Red's time is coming, too.
Why still...
She said, no, listen, she better not jump out the window at Sexy Red. Sexy Red don't like dumb person I want to rap beef. Like, Sexy Red gonna get on IG Live.
She would just shoot her.
Yeah, no, Sexy Red gonna get on IG Live and say some shit that's gonna fuck up a bag. Like, she gonna get on IG Live.
She literally was fighting in the airport last week.
Bro, like throwing shit at people. Like, hey, shout out
But she also
Sexy
doesn't
Red.
want to be a rapper.
Yeah.
She said that on Yachty's podcast. She was like, I just did it because it was fun one day. And my baby daddy was like, can you get on this song? And then it went viral. And I was like, well, I need money.
That's what I'm saying. Niggas like, bro, where the city girls out, fam? Can y'all just let them ride off the sunset? They did what they needed to do. Like, they got their bag.
The only one that really cares about rapping is JT, and that's why she's solo. She's better solo.
We have been in this era of, like, hit songs coming and going and these artists getting on. Like, a lot of these niggas don't want to be a rapper. You know who else don't want to be a rapper? Uzi. Uzi don't want to be a rapper.
Uzi don't want to be a rapper. Why? Who wants to be, like who wants, who would?
Uzi wants to be a bad bitch.
You see who wants to be a rapper. Kendrick, Cole, Future.
Right.
You see who, Tyler.
Yeah.
You see who wants to rap. You see who wants to be an artist.
Yeah.
Just believe them.
Yeah,
just believe
literally.
them.
Like,
these artists.
Yeah, when people are begging you for music, like the way people were begging for the pink tape for 4 years.
He doesn't want to be a rapper, bro. He got rich. He's cool. Them niggas like y'all niggas don't be wanting to go to y'all regular job.
That's
like,
my thing.
Imagine having $25 million.
No, that's my thing. Imagine like you, like in real life.
What are we talking about?
In real life, niggas quit their jobs all the time. Like Rihanna, way better than me. Like niggas quit their jobs all the time in real life. Don't nobody care. Like if I quit being a rap, like if I quit working at Staples, and I was walking around Walmart. And he's like, "Yo, when you coming back?" Like, man, get the fuck out of my face, my nigga.
Yeah,
like,
people need to give up on Rihanna. Like, the jokes are funny, but like some people really think that she's gonna drop again.
Like,
she's
not.
gonna drop again. She's gonna drop.
She's definitely gonna.
You're never
at some
gonna,
point,
yeah.
but like,
but like, stop asking her. She's gonna do it on her own time.
If you've been making music for like 10, 12, 15 years, and then you branch out, start your own business, and that's what makes you a billionaire, I wouldn't want to drop music anymore.
There's not enough money in rap music for niggas to be rappers.
And if she didn't drop again, I would be perfectly fine. I think people forget there was a point in time Rihanna was dropping an album every year.
Yeah.
And to end on Anti would be fine.
And Rihanna, like, yo, Nicki stole a bunch of bread from Rihanna and shit.
Yeah.
Like, there was a lot of pitfalls in that shit.
And a point people miss is, bro, these artists are like the upper echelon of artists. If Rihanna's album doesn't sound like a Rihanna album, she's not releasing it.
Yeah.
If this song doesn't sound like a Rihanna song, like what I am accustomed to making, what I do when I get in my bag, what the fuck I'm capable of, I'm not dropping an album. And she's had 2 kids, $1 billion business going up. She's been traveling all over the world, got married to her industry sweetheart and all of that shit. Like, she doesn't seem like she's in a
also
place
dropping
to
this
sit
year.
down.
Don't know why.
Doesn't have in a place to sit down and really make fucking music and take the time that it does to create an album. Like, that takes a lot of fucking time.
Especially as somebody that like cares about their craft.
Yeah,
tell,
no.
Yeah, 1000%. And the producer list.
And she's also not in pain anymore. So like,
exactly. You mentioned Rocky album. I did want to throw out there the producer list for Rocky album looked crazy. Like it's everyone.
Okay.
Everyone. Like any crazy producer you think of, they're on there. And if you can't do if this album ass is over. If you mess this one, like I read the producer list, like, oh yeah, you messed this one up.
Is Metro on there?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Metro, Pharrell.
Yeah. Oh damn, I got my phone.
Yeah, because I'll look it up. Because he better not. Yeah. He's skating on thin ice. Because after that, the house husband jokes are gonna.
Yeah. I do think Rocky delivered though. It's been a while. I think Rocky delivered.
That's so funny. You type ASAP Rocky, the first thing that pops up is ASAP Rocky Rihanna.
Yeah. Hey man, shout out Rocky, man. Listen.
Yeah, he won.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The Drake bar is cool. You found a producer list?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and read that out. Yeah.
Tyler, Madlib, Boy Wonder, Pharrell, Metro, Alchemist, Mike Dean, amongst others. Oh. Yeah, Clams Casino, Swedish House Mafia. Ooh.
Swedish House Mafia is crazy.
Kelvin Crash, and they said that Rihanna might have a feature on there.
Like, yo, if this one don't work, it's over. If this one don't work, Rocky.
Yeah, you can't have the Avengers like that in soil.
Listen,
don't piss me off.
Listen, if this is it, it's over. Just go to LV.
Especially like, even on bringing it back to Family Matters, Rocky got it the worst on that song.
Yeah,
Rocky got it bad.
I think Rocky in the weekend. Rocky, you can really tell he don't like those 2 niggas. Those 2 niggas, he can't believe it jumped into this shit.
You did what?
Yeah.
He could tell.
And then Rick Ross would be a close third.
I think Rick Ross wasn't even like, I don't like you. It was like, bro, just shut the fuck up. Like, we been niggas from.
You were a correction officer.
Like, just shut the fuck up. And Future was like, damn, bro, like, really, bro?
Like, use my dog.
We ain't never been through it.
Like, that hurt.
But you, Rocky, I don't know why you jumped in. Yeah, you hit my BM, but around that time, I was fucking your bitch.
I can't believe, like, I get what Rocky was saying, and I get both sides for sure. Mm-hmm. I get both sides. It's like, why are you starting beef with Future over a bitch when we all fucked your bitch before you had a baby? And the other side is like, well, I fucked your BM too, but like,
your music sucks. You're gonna drop it.
But
I'm gonna tell you.
Yeah, but I'm fucking Drake.
Go model, nigga.
Yeah. And your last album ass. Like that. That's what I like.
You ain't dropped in 6 years, and that shit was terrible.
Yeah, niggas told you to stop. Like,
hey, listen, that's like Chance jumping in the beef.
Oh God.
Hey, shout out Chance.
I feel like he might be back though.
Shout out Chance. We were just talking about that. Shout out Chance.
Segue.
That's that single crazy. Super crazy. All the stars out. I was waiting for the full version to drop.
He's dropped another single. I don't know if they're singles on Apple, but he's dropped a few songs on his Instagram, a few 1 minute, 2 minutes.
They have been good.
He's been rapping. Yeah. Again, a full project is something different, but I as I said, I think Chance should drop another single later this year and come
test the waters first.
Early next year, I think he should come.
Yeah.
I believe, like you said, Ish said it perfectly. Just let the waters clear. Let the Kendrick beef pass.
Yeah.
Let Kendrick get out the way. Let Hove get out the way. Whoever the fuck is Tyler, get a month.
Shout out to Dua Lipa. I'm so sorry your album got overshadowed, girl.
Oh my God, that is so funny. I forgot.
That's fucking hilarious.
And that album was good, but like now is not the time.
Last week I brought this up with Daniel, but I want to get your opinion. Like, with Drake taking this, let's assume he takes this break. Niggas like Chance, you better lock in.
Yeah.
Niggas like
Big Sean has a chance to like redeem himself.
I'm telling you, Big Sean,
that song
Chance,
he just dropped was
Rich,
not good though.
Wale, you niggas better lock in. You got a golden opportunity.
Because the thing is, I will say about this whole thing with like Drake and Kendrick, I feel like Drake's next album, whenever it comes, is gonna be crazy. Because he has no choice but to lock in.
I don't know. But I think Ish's point earlier was real point. I don't know like what locking in for Drake looks like anymore.
You'll figure it out.
We don't have.
That's okay, because I'm gonna send my resume and I'm gonna get OVO together myself.
Listen, be careful over there.
But I'm saying that's the problem. Drake needs more like women in OVO, because a woman would have given him like real sound advice. It'd be like, you're not being messy enough.
No, Drake needs a good Drake need a Beyonce or Rihanna. He needs someone
Savannah James.
Yeah, he need a Savannah for sure. I won't say we need more women around OVO. I'm just kidding. But
I'm saying like if we get rid of everyone in OVO,
right,
and you just have like a few good niggas and like
need
one solid woman.
He need the women that's around Jalen Hurts.
That's fair.
Exactly
that's fair.
Real black women. Let's go.
That's fair.
He needs some aunties in his life. That's what he needs.
He
don't got no aunties in his
life.
Like a Loretta Devine.
Fam, Kendrick was playing his disses for Jill Scott, nigga. Like, you need somewhere where you play the diss and they grab you by your ear. Like, why did you just say that? Yeah. Like, go re-record.
Those memes where they be like,
yeah, don't you ever say no shit like that again in your life, Drake. Like, yo, you can just tell, bro. And I really think certain niggas gotta lock in these next couple months, because a lot of grounds you can make.
Because like you gotta seize the opportunity.
Yeah,
you don't know when it'll happen again.
And like, let's be honest, we've been talking about it. Music has been incredible this year.
No, it has.
Albums we have
shitting on last year.
Schoolboy Q,
Future.
Somebody else. We're missing somebody. Vince Staples.
Vince Staples
album was crazy.
Vince Staples, Don, Billy,
Ariana.
Taylor dropped this year. Yep. Of course, Beyonce dropped a classic again this year.
Yep.
Like
Eternal Sunshine.
Eternal.
This has been a good year.
Yes, I forgot about Ari. Ari fucking dropped.
Did y'all hear the Boy Is Mine remix with Brandy and Monica?
I meant to turn it on before I got played. I heard it's crazy though. Yeah. I heard it's crazy. I'll put it on after this.
Oh my god!
I throw Sexy Red single in there too.
Sexy Red dropped.
Sexy Red's project was actually.
Y'all remember when we was like Sexy Red had a song in the summer? Remember when, like that was decided? Like, oh yeah, that's it. Like this when we listen to this.
And now the summer's just filled with hatred.
Jumping niggas and shit.
But yeah, bro, it's been hella great music, and
we're only halfway through the year.
We're only halfway through the year, so now it's even pressure on you to be able to hold a listener's ear, because I'm gonna be listening to Future for the rest of the year. All these albums I'm gonna be listening to in my rotation for the rest of the year.
My Apple Music replay looks nuts.
I haven't even fully got through Schoolboy Q's album how I want to.
Same.
And album how I want to, because of Future and Kendrick.
Yeah.
Like I can't even focus on nothing for a long enough period of time. Something I did listen to.
I need to lock in, because Nelson got us tickets to go see him next month, and I'm behind.
What, Vince?
Schoolboy Q.
Oh yeah. Somebody I need to.
I am going to see Future though.
I want to shout out before we get off of music. Yo, YG.
Shout out my nigga YG, man.
I listened to My Crazy Life for the first time since the week it came out, and
That's the one YG project I actually listened to a lot.
I haven't.
And I hate YG, so
I haven't cut that back on since it came out. I firmly believe that's one of the 10 best albums of the 2010s. That shit is ridiculous.
Maybe.
Even off the singles alone, it's crazy.
That shit is ridiculous. Tyrone described it perfectly. It's the real nigga version of Good Kid, Mad City. It's the killer version of Good Kid, Mad City. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
It is fucking incredible.
That's funny.
The stories throughout it, how he described his life from a hood nigga perspective. Mm-hmm. My nigga, that shit is fucking crazy.
Hell yeah.
I understand why YG is YG now. It completely makes sense why he's how he started with the first 2 or 3 projects, because Tooted and Booted came out in 2010. That going all the way through that 4 or 5 year period of YG completely makes sense why he walks around like he do.
Yeah.
That shit is nuts.
YG
bro.
Got some crazy features too.
I would have to really sit down and do a list of the 2010 album, but he got a strong case.
Even the album with Big Bank on it was pretty good.
Yeah,
that album is solid. And YG got a couple songs on every album. Like he got a song on his last album called Out on Bail. That shit is nuts.
Have you heard his Gucci on My feature? Crazy. I remember where I was when I heard that
Gucci.
shit.
Oh my, yes. Yeah. I didn't hear you say that right. Yes, of course I have. That's one of my favorite songs. I'm finna go listen to that today. I'm glad
I
you
was
said
about
that.
to be
That
like,
shit
I'm
is
gonna put that on
crazy.
in the car.
You let the bitches do the features, man.
That shit is crazy.
Shout out YG, dude.
Salute YG, man. A real fucking nigga.
Came
You
out
know
there
what's
in the
crazy?
church
All these
shoes.
albums that came out that you just mentioned, no one mentioned 21's album.
And I like 21's album. I forgot he dropped. I like 21's album.
Came and went.
Listen, I love 21 so much, man. Atlanta always wins. Chose the wrong side on this one, my nigga.
Yeah, like I just think 21
It's called him a child of divorce.
21's a tour.
He's literally.
They're like, he's a child of divorce in this tour.
He's stuck in the middle of Metro.
He was like, Metro's my nigga.
Yeah.
Drake my nigga.
Yeah.
Future my nigga.
Yeah, but
That don't concern me.
Yeah.
Salute to music this year. Let's keep it going, Meg. Let's keep it going, Marsha and Brosha. Y'all are next up. Rhapsody also dropped the album this year. It was phenomenal.
We do get a Clips album this year too.
Getting Clips album this year too.
Isn't Pusha T? Is it with Pusha T, right?
Yeah, Pusha T and
Yeah.
Malice are both dropped. Like,
I do that. I'm retarded.
But
I can't say that. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, that was crazy. You shouldn't have said that.
you can't say, why can't you say that no more? I don't know.
Yeah, nope. Next topic. All right, real quick, 12 minutes. We that was an hour and a half on music. 12 minutes. Let's get into something that probably should have been talking about at the beginning of the show.
What? Oh, the finals. Oh yeah. Okay. Let me start.
Those finals were intense. I actually watched them this year.
Let me start.
I love basketball
because we were requested specifically to apologize. And I want to deny that request 1,000%.
Apologize for what?
Salute to Alicia.
Salute Alicia, former intern that quit. Salute to Alicia, big Celtics fan. Congratulations. Super happy for y'all. Let's just get
Shout out to Jason Tatum.
Yeah. I will never.
I hope the rest
I'm not
of my
gonna apologize
year.
for rooting against that nerd hoop. Shout out Jalen Brown though.
Salute to Alicia.
Yeah.
I am so happy for you.
Yeah.
I'm so happy you get to feel this feeling I felt in 2022, 2018, 2017, 2015,
Damn.
2010, 2009.
He changed teams.
Are you talking about the Warriors?
He changed teams. They go from the Warriors to the Lakers. That's so funny. No, but like there's no feeling like 2014, 2007, 2005. 2003.
Go to football. Name 7 more.
01, 02, 04, 26. I'm so happy that you were able, to enjoy it. I'll never forget, I got, I'm in this 2K league. Like, I got 4 rings. Like, niggas went up like, I remember my first one. Oh, yeah. I remember back in the day. Like, it's not like your first championship for real. Shout out to y'all for real, man. I thought it was cool. I'm glad Jalen Brown won the Finals MVP for sure.
Very happy about that.
I thought he was playing amazing. Did you see him with Shorty? Are they like?
Hey, bro, Jalen Brown, him, Bernice.
No, somebody quoted it was like they're cousins, but like I could tell niggas was hating. Niggas was hating.
Cousins is crazy.
They're not fucking cousins.
They are having unprotected
weird-ass-
sex.
Where the
Like they're having unprotected sex. Like you could tell.
Hey, I can't. It's funny though because they was asking him like, "What are you doing in between the finals?" He's like, "I don't got no family. I don't got no kids. Like I just be, I'm fucking." Yeah. He said, "I just be watching Star Wars." I was like, he had mad bitches. Right? No niggas at home watching Star Wars alone. Like the movie's way too long to just be acting crib.
Nelson will. Nelson does that.
Really? I can't fucking stand Star Wars.
I watch Marvel movies completely by myself.
I can't.
I
stand Star Wars.
finally watched Star Wars for the first time.
I
was like, good God, this is
the
heat.
ones from like our childhood. I could for sure watch. Like
You're talking about the older ones you don't like?
Yeah, that shit looks stupid. I'm sorry. It's just like Chuck E.
Yeah,
Cheese.
I know. It's really unsettling to watch because it's like
Chuck
this
E.
looks
Cheese.
fake.
Like,
but
it's like, oh yeah, this is like I'm like, oh shit, he landed at like whatever that shit is called. What? First, I would say all of my Star Wars knowledge comes from Family Guy. So like when they're
at some point, maybe not today, but at some point we do need to discuss Marvel and like,
oh yeah,
what's next for Marvel? But I'll let you.
1,000. I'm sure we could do. I ain't doing nothing after this.
Basketball moment.
No, we could definitely do that after this. I mean, I ain't doing nothing. But the like Star Wars, like it'll land at certain scenes. I'll be like, all right, bet we finna see it. And then he put Yoda on his back, and it's just like a little bad robot. Like I was so mad. Like I just can't watch it. I had to cut that shit off.
But Jaylen Brown, I'm very happy for you. 25-5, Finals MVP, man. Jason Tatum, 22-7-7. For those of you that think Jason Tatum should have got the MVP, he should not have.
Right.
Jaylen Brown was more impactful in the biggest moments. It was more consistent
Better
throughout
player,
the series. So the final averages do not tell the full story. That is that simple. I just want to give like I said, a hand clap to Alicia. I'm not going to apologize because I only picked the Mavs to go viral. So. So I knew the Celtics was winning this series. I don't really got much to apologize for.
You know who I will apologize to? Joe Mazzulla. Because I don't like you, but you're a good coach.
He's
I think.
a really good
coach. I think you're a good coach.
He's a good coach, man.
You're the type of nigga. The reason, I think I don't like him because I think I will act like that as a coach. Like niggas ask you stupid questions. I think 1,000%. I think he's trolling. I 1,000% think that nigga is joking, bro.
I do too.
They be like, yo, Joe, like, how cool is it to have 2 black coaches? Well, I wonder if he's Christian. Is this the first 2 Christian coaches? Like he responds to some shit that had nothing to do with the question.
He's crazy, bro.
He's so funny, bro.
But I fuck with Joe Mazzulla.
Yeah.
I'm really happy for Al Horford. I went his own, drafted by the Atlanta Hawks. Spent a lot of time down here. Finally got his first championship after 18 years, man. So I know that had to feel good. And again, Georgia's own Jaylen Brown, very happy.
And Derek White, former Spur.
And Derek White, man. So my question to you is, this was one of the most dominant runs number-wise and just record-wise. This was one of the most dominant runs. As the NBA gets back to full form and hopefully we don't have as many injuries, do you think the Celtics are a team that can do this again next year?
No, I didn't think they could do it this year. My fault. I don't think they can do it next year. I just don't like I just don't see it. It really depends on, is Drew Holiday going to continue to be like as good as he is at his age? I think it's not like when Steph and Clay won in 2015 and Dre, it was like, all right, as long as this core is together, this is a core as a champion that can lead you to a championship team. This team is, as long as this roster is together, it is a championship roster. So I think it's dependent on Derek White, Drew Holiday, and the people like Porzingis, like them sustaining the talent around them, because I don't think it's not like, maybe it's just the way they played in the finals. Well, less Jaylen Brown and more Jason Tatum. I don't think it's sustainable championship basketball without those other players. If that makes sense.
I completely understand what you're saying. I think the big 3 for that team, if they had one, just because we like to use that in the NBA, would be Jaylen and Jason, obviously, and Drew.
Right.
So the 3 J's. I think as long as they keep those 3 together, they'll be fine. Because everything that they do, you can replace. You can get another Derek White. You can get another Porzingis. You can get another Al Horford. A stretch big, a tall big to protect. And even if you can't get one of them in the same player, you can get 2 players that do one or the other and just work them well in the rotation. So I think as long as they have the core of Jaylen, Drew, and Jason together, they're going to be in contention. And I have to believe that because they've been in contention every year.
Oh, no, I definitely think they'll be.
But a repeat is just hard to predict because the NBA changes so much. We don't even know who the rosters are going to be next year, and they got a lot of breaks next year. The reason I would say, if I was doing a way too early prediction and I said the Celtics are the field next year, the Celtics are the East next year as being the field, I think I would still go the Celtics because I don't think Philly is going to get anybody that makes them a threat to them. I don't like Doc and Dame together.
Yeah, hell no.
The Hawks are shit.
Yeah.
I think the only team that would have a realistic chance of beating them next year is the Knicks, and I would pick them over the Knicks in the series. So that is why I would say I think they have a chance to be right back in the situation is because of how weak the East is, even if they are healthy.
I'm kind of waiting to see how things shape up because they're gonna blow up Miami. They're gonna get rid of Jimmy Butler. There's gonna be pieces from that's gonna move, and Cleveland's making a move this offseason too that could change things. But I think replacing Al will be tough because I think Al is definitely going to retire.
Al will be tough, though.
But I think it's really on Drew. I think it's Drew, Derek White. I think that combo is severely underrated as far as basketball is played today. Being perimeter oriented, you need multiple great point of attack defenders. It's not just like in 2007, it was like, oh yeah, this is Bruce Bowen. One nigga on other team dribbles. He can just guard him the whole game. No. Yeah. Everybody on the team is dribbling now. So you need a couple people that's going to do that. So I think it's dependent on that. But I'm not going to hate on them too much. 'Cause, I know that, Alicia, this is your time. Salute. But before I stop, that Jason Tatum post game shit, boy. Listen, someone, you know what? And I wanted to get this on wax. You've earned a hater out of me. You've earned a hater out of me, Jason Tatum. Because, I was really going to be like, you know what? I still rock with JTJB. It's cool. Love seeing, because we love seeing teams stick together. Mm-hmm. We always said we didn't want them to get broken up. But that shit he doing after the post game. I mean, come on, like
that nigga is so
I wanted to jump through the screen, throw a tomato at that nigga. Like, don't you fucking
we did it,
yo! Like, oh my god! Like it's so like
it felt extremely
fam. If it was Game 6, y'all came back from 5 points down. Y'all were up 30 the whole game. Yes, y'all did it. Like. What do you mean we did it? You nigga looked around like it was real. Like, Jason, shut the fuck up. I can't. I'm telling you, you have earned a hater out of me, Jason Tatum.
Oh, man. But salute to JT. Yeah. I'm very happy for the Celtics. I want to get a quick few.
Shout out Peyton Pritchard, too.
A quick few hitters in before we get into Marvel for 5 minutes because I think we're about at 2 hours. All right. Mavs.
Yeah.
Any adjustments?
Yes.
What do you think they should do?
You got to get a two-way wing. You got to get a two-way
wing.
Agreed. I think PJ is a great 3. And when I say two-way wing, I mean shooting guard / small forward that can put the ball on the ground and it go attack. Like, you need to go get a tertiary ball handler somewhere.
Example of a player.
I just blanked, but like kind of OG Anunoby type guy. Like not a guy who's going to get 20. Andrew Wiggins. Like a guy who's like, hey, we need you to take 6 shots this game. And you are going to create these 6 shots. Like, we can't just drive and kick to you the whole game type shit.
I completely agree. Yeah. Does this series change how you feel about Luka and Kyrie?
No, not at all. I think they both played. I think Luka played pretty well. I think he played great for his age. I thought he played close to how I think he played. Kyrie played worse for sure than I thought he could have played. But coming into the series, my expectation was either like you can look at the episode, either the Celtics going to win or y'all two niggas are going to do some historical shit.
Exactly.
I can't be mad that the niggas didn't do no historical shit because that's what makes it historical.
Exactly.
So, but I said, as long as I get a Kyrie legacy game, I'm cool. I don't care. Luka fouled out. The nigga had 38. I enjoyed every minute of it. So
I think what I learned is that Luka has to change his mentality. I think Luka has he has the mentality of somebody that's been doing this shit for a long time.
Yeah.
And you got to go through the bumps and bruises of the NBA, but he looks like he was supposed to be here. Like, I'm that nigga. I can do it all.
1,000%.
And the laziness on defense in the first 3 games was atrocious.
Right.
The way he was talking to the refs all throughout the finals was atrocious.
Yeah.
And the moments in the game where Kyrie was hot and he just wouldn't give him the ball because he was trying to get his was very bad. Yeah. And I think those are the things that need to be fixed in Luka's game. Kyrie, I think Boston just had an historic defense and had the perfect defense to stop Kyrie from doing what he's doing. He's a 6'2" undersized guard that's a little bit older and they lost a little bit of quickness. So they just had the perfect unit to stop Kyrie. Right. All throughout the playoffs, Kyrie was unbelievable. So I'm not going to hold too much fire to him. But Luka has to get in better shape, and Luka has to change his mentality because your mentality is the difference in you winning 1 championship, you winning no championships, and you winning 4, 5, and 6 going down.
I think he got to grow up. I think he just got to grow up.
He has to grow up. He has to grow up. That's my only takeaway. His skill set is out of this world, but if he does not change the mentality, you are not going to win. You can't cheat the game. You can't cheat the game. You can't think you're bigger than the game. It's never going to work. It never has.
I 1,000. I think he needs to grow up. Losing in the finals helps that for sure. I think he needs, I think he's ahead of where he should be for his age, but that is not enough, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, plenty of niggas have been ahead of where they should have been.
Everything has to come together.
Yeah, exactly.
Everything. Or they got to put an all-time team around him like the Celtics did, JD and JT. Exactly. And lastly, I would say that he needs to get an off-ball game. Like, no one wins doing this heliocentric offense shit. Right. And it's not as heliocentric because Kyrie is there. Mm-hmm. It's no sets where he just gets it in the low post and they run into action to get Kyrie the ball. It's no sets where he's coming off a pin down and getting him the ball on a movement. Everything is starting 27, 28, 29, 30 feet away from the basket. And you can't win the finals like that. You can get to the finals like that some years where people have injuries and you just match up. You get the great matchups, but you're not going to win a championship playing that way. Bron didn't do it. Kobe didn't do it. Michael didn't do it. If them 3 niggas didn't do it, you're not doing it. It's that simple.
I think that's just what's next. I think it's eerily reminiscent of when Braun got swept in the finals the first time. Yeah. Like, man, you're a great player. Great players don't beat great teams.
Exactly.
Great players don't beat great teams. Exactly. But from that 2007 finals compared to just 5 years later, Braun had a completely different game. He was living in the low post. I would love to see Luka take that route. I would be surprised if he didn't for a nigga that size who doesn't like getting hit. Like, aside from just, it's hard to win that way. Physically, it's hard to win. You're asking so much of your body.
And you're already not in the best of shape. So it's affecting you negatively to play like that. And it's not a realistic style of winning. Yeah. Next, PG. Right. So the 76ers are out on PG. We just confirmed that.
Right.
My question to you is, where do you think PG ends up?
New York. Knicks.
I have 5 teams. Knicks would be number 1 at the top of his list is where he should want to go.
Okay.
Second should be – no, I lied. I'm thinking about PG, and I'm thinking about what PG is. And from my perspective, I heard PG on some bullshit a couple weeks last week on his podcast about how he doesn't want to necessarily do all the nitty gritty work it takes to win a championship. He expects other players to do that because he's a superstar. Something along the lines of that. Mm-hmm. And when I hear players like that, and from what I've seen from Paul George is now the number 1 option. He's really fucking good. Yeah. But he needs somebody around him to be the guy that takes all the heat, that takes all the blame. Similar to Steph and KD, Bron and Kyrie. He needs a situation like that, which is why I think Golden State should be his number 1 option if he wants to win now. If he wants to win now, going over to Golden State, them getting rid of Clay, replacing him with PG and getting a big and a second unit behind him, that's a championship level roster, and Steph and Draymond get all the attention, so you can just play basketball. The issue with New York, who is my number 2 team behind Golden State, is they would be asking all year, is he the best player? Is Jalen the best player? Is he the best player? It's New York. All the lights are on you. Everything is on you, and it would be the biggest free agent New York has gotten since fucking ever. Right. So it would be a lot of pressure on him, and he has not done well with pressure, so I don't think he should go there. But I do think that is the number 2 team on his list, or number 1 or 2.
Right.
The third team, and I don't know if this is going to happen because of how they got to the conference finals this year, but Minnesota. Okay. Minnesota basically trading him and Cat.
Yeah.
I kind of like Ant next to a dynamic wing. Mm-hmm. Paul George is 6'9", 6'10". A lot of units you can move him to the 4, have Ant and Jalen at the 2 and 3. Right. And I think that will work. I think it's unrealistic, but I threw that option out there. The Hawks don't know what they want to do with their number 1 pick, so always a big superstar and a high draft pick is always something to watch out for. Right. And then the last team, who is a sleeper team, but they have a lot of picks, haven't really hit, had a very down year last year, the Memphis Grizzlies. The Memphis Grizzlies could get rid of Desmond Bane. Yeah. They got rid of Dillon Brooks already. They could get rid of Desmond Bane. They could package Steven Adams, who missed last year. They could package Brandon Clark, who missed last year. Or played last year. I'm not really sure if he played or not missed. But they have a lot of pieces they can package, and the Clippers can get a team built, and Ja can get a number 2 next to him. And again, he wouldn't have to have all the attention because Ja's a superstar over there already established. So those are the 5 teams I think PG might go to.
I like that. I would throw... I really, I wouldn't rule OKC out.
OKC's a good one.
I wouldn't rule OKC out.
OKC is a really good one.
I would love to see him go back to OKC,
yes,
1,000%.
I would love that.
You're not going to be the number 1 guy. Shai's better than you for sure. They are clearly looking defense. They are looking to win now, 1,000%. They just got rid of Josh Giddey.
Perfect segue.
Thank God. Absolutely just pulled the gun on the Chicago Bulls. Just stripped him naked. I'm telling you, like, one of the most frustrating things, and I know you get this sometimes because we do this show, is when niggas be like, y'all think y'all know more than the people that do that shit? Like, yes, if that nigga would have called my phone, like, hey, let's swap Josh Giddey and Alex Caruso, that would have been the last phone call you ever got from me, Sam Presti. Ever. What is wrong with you? What is, like, man, I ought to punch that shit on him so fast. Like, don't call this number ever again, bro.
That shit is so stupid.
I saw it, and I was like, no way.
Like, straight up, it's crazy. If it would have been that with 3 picks involved, I would have been like, okay, that makes sense.
You turned down a top 10 first. You turned down multiple first rounds to get Josh Giddey. Man, I can't stand it. Speaking of white people I can't stand, JJ Redick, hired as the Los Angeles Lakers coach, earned the hater out of me for that. I am anti-JJ Redick.
Since 2016, LA has been a complete shit show except for 1 year, bro. This shit is unbearable. Sam Cassell, bro, like Jeff Van Gundy, Mark Jackson, like maybe an assistant we don't necessarily know about. You could have offered Devin Haney more money.
Devin Haney.
Y'all chose a first-year coach, and y'all got championship expectations with LeBron. I wouldn't be surprised if LeBron don't sign there.
I wouldn't sign there.
I would not be surprised if LeBron did not re-sign there.
He's not signing there, bro.
I think he is because I think LeBron is super secure in his career and what he thinks he is, and I really do believe Bron think he the GOAT. And I believe that Bron is 38 with a wife who don't want to leave LA and got an amazing house out there. So I don't think he's leaving.
Right.
But he is extremely rich, and if anybody could manage it, it's him.
Yeah.
It wouldn't surprise me if he left LA, bro. This shit is laughable.
The reason I say if I could bet today, I would say Braun leaving is because right now who do you think hates losing? Who do you think hates losing the most right now in Los Angeles right now? Who do you think is looking around like, nigga, I'm 38. Why am I the best player? Why are y'all doing it? Why is me and the coach the same age? Why am I being coached like first of all, what you said about the Lakers being ran terribly since 2016 is 1,000% correct. Before Braun got there, they were ran terribly. Since he got there, it's been ran worse. We said it was going to be Cavs West. It's been worse than even I thought because at least the Cavs, like even if we didn't agree with their moves, organizationally, they were not a joke.
The Lakers are laughing.
Do you know how crazy that sounds? Like you can't find a coach for the Lakers? Nigga, you're the Lakers. What do you mean you can't? What do you mean he turned the offer down? Like, I love Jerry Buss. I watch that Showtime show all the time. It got canceled, but I think they got maybe 2 full seasons. If y'all haven't seen it, I still recommend it. But, like, the Lakers were built with aura for a reason. Like, the shit Jerry Buss was doing, like, Jerry Buss drove, like it's so interesting the correlation between like how they hired their first coach and how they ended up hiring JJ Redick because they really wanted Jerry Tarkanian to be the first Showtime coach, and he went out to Las Vegas. He said, "Fam, I give you $100 million right now. Sign the deal." Like I didn't come out here to negotiate. Whatever it's gonna take is what it's gonna take because we're the Lakers. They didn't get it done because some Vegas mob shit happened, and they could have go look at that on your own time. But you're the Lakers. And this is our first option coach. We told the world this is our first option coach. The last thing I want to hear after you don't get the coach is they didn't offer me enough money. What do you mean they didn't offer you enough money? What do you mean he asked for 100 and y'all said no? So, okay, so that, like, for me, Braun, that is shit that I don't have time for. Like, this was the best coach. He's coming off back-to-back championships. He's a great talent developer. He is the best option by a mile.
They hired his podcast mate, bro. That is...
what do you
funny as fuck,
what do you mean he wasn't in the budget?
The coach they hired has a podcast with your best player, bro. That is as funny as some shit could get. That is some shit that happens in TV.
Just let Braun. Nigga was making a beat. Yeah, I can't say it. JJ Redick, you for sure earned a hater out of me. And this is the best part, JJ Redick. You have earned the quickest hot seat in NBA history.
The quickest hot seat in NBA history.
You niggas better be locked in. Y'all better be locked in that first month.
The corner.
Oh, look at that. That's funny as fuck. Like the Lakers come out.
That should be the thumbnail.
Fam, 1,000%. He will be on there somewhere. Like it'll be something like that. I might add some extra people, but like, fam, the Lakers, you can't come out and be 10-10, JJ Redick, because you have no experience coaching. No one believes you're a good coach, and even if niggas think you are, how would we know? How would we know? Like, shout out Nick Wright. Nick Wright went through all the first year former player coaches. Shit all went bad. Only one who had success was Steve Kerr. And there's no Steph Curry on this team. There's no Draymond. There's no Clay. And you know what? I say a lot about Steve Kerr. At least Steve Kerr had the presence to surround himself with a bunch of elite veteran assistant head coaches. What veteran assistant head coach is going to want to coach the Lakers?
Exactly.
After y'all just told me I couldn't be the regular coach.
Exactly.
Y'all want to you couldn't be the coach, Sam Cassell, even though you're more qualified. Might have been a better player. More niggas rock with you than him. You want to come be his assistant? No, I don't want to do that, actually. I don't want to come be a sidekick to a nigga that I should be coaching. Man, I can't believe it. Yeah. Jerry Buss rolling around in his grave.
Agreed. All right. That was all I had today. Is anything else on people's hearts, minds, spirits, and souls?
Any narratives we want to
argue it? Anything we want to argue about before we go? By the way, to answer your question, what I think Marvel is doing is very smart. I think they're gonna release Deadpool is the only movie they have coming out this year, which I think that's gonna be really good. Which is gonna be phenomenal. I think it's going to be amazing.
Yeah. On top of music, we're getting a lot of good movies this year. Inside Out too. Amazing.
Phenomenal.
I haven't seen it yet. I'm very.
Oh my god, it's so good.
I'm looking forward to it
Dune
a lot.
2 was crazy.
I still have to see Dune 1.
That was gonna be my question. Can I just watch Dune 2 or I gotta watch Dune 1?
No, you don't have to watch. Dune
okay, that's what I say. Dune 1.
Go on YouTube and watch somebody to explain Dune 1 for you. I promise.
That's so smart.
I watched Dune 1,
that's so
and
smart.
I know. You don't need to watch it.
I was
like,
like,
okay.
I got not complicated.
I got like 30 minutes into Dune 1, and I was like, man, I just don't got it.
It's a boring movie. It has some cool action sequences, but for the most part, it's a boring movie. But you just need to understand what's going on to lead to the second movie, because in the second movie, it just starts from.
Ironically enough, Futurama explained most of the first movie to me the other day. I didn't realize.
Really?
Yeah, they have an episode like they came out with a new season of Futurama.
They came out already?
Yeah, they have a new season of Futurama on Hulu. So like they have a bunch of new episodes for like today. And one of the episodes, it's crazy because I've never seen Dune. I didn't realize there was a Dune episode to like the last 5 minutes type shit. Like I was like, oh, that's what this is.
What is Dune about?
It's a dystopian society. Shit. Just one of them.
Something about like
people in the desert.
Yeah, psychedelic sand in the desert or some shit.
And like people are, it's a colony hoarding resources, and then it's another one that's poor, and they're trying to steal from them because they have the dust they need.
It's like super valuable dust, and niggas are like holding on to it.
Shit. So yeah, it's really good. That second movie is fucking crazy. Monkey Man was crazy this year. Civil War was crazy this year. I've seen a lot of movies this year. Bad Boys 4 again. I want to say Will
Bad
Smith,
Boys was
you're cold, bro.
Amazing.
Salute to that nigga.
Shout out Will Smith
and Martin Lawrence.
It might be too soon to tell, but
do you have Will Smith or Denzel?
Denzel.
Okay.
No, Bad Boys 2 is still goated. That shit's nuts.
I haven't seen Bad Boys 4 yet, but like
it's amazing.
For it to be better than Bad Boys 2 is gonna be crazy because like Bad Boys 2 is like a top.
Well,
5
yeah, let me know. That's why I was like, it's too soon to tell, but recency bias might be kicking my ass.
Shout out Gabrielle Union. Like that's one of the best movies ever.
Yeah.
That's one of
Either way, like the gap is not far.
That's hard.
The two,
it wouldn't be far.
Would you say Rush Hour or Bad Boys?
I've never seen Rush Hour.
Rush Hour.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Didn't have to think about that very hard.
I'll get to that. But I
Any of y'all know Ricky Tan?
I wanted to ask. That's what I was doing. Marvel. So I think they have Agatha Harkness coming out later this year, and then I think they're gonna go back to what they were doing to do 2 to 3 movies a year, but they're just focusing on the bigger superheroes. So instead of doing all of the little shit they was doing, like the Marvels and all of that shit, they're gonna get away from that and just get to the main characters.
Did that movie come out already?
Yeah, it was actually really good. It's actually really good. You and Nelson should watch that. You haven't seen the movie. That movie is
I haven't seen it.
No,
I don't like Captain Marvel.
That movie
I ain't seen Captain Marvel either.
That movie is boring.
It's she's not as cringy because I didn't love Captain Marvel because she was cringy.
Cringe, it was really cringe. I'm like, she's supposed to be like the most. This is supposed to help y'all beat Thanos.
It was supposed to be like. It was like, oh, we need a woman superhero that's so powerful, and it was like it was like Saturday Night Live making a woman superhero. Yeah. It was type like that. At moments.
I never watched it because I was like, who's the villain in Captain Marvel? And nobody could tell me. Nobody could tell me who the villain was.
But the second one, I'm not exaggerating. Like I would call it shit. I don't care much. That shit is good. And the camera work, the action behind it. Monica Rambeau is in an easy watch. So she's so fun. It's man. Fire. It's fire.
I'd watch it just for Monica Rambeau.
But I think Marvel's making a comeback. As soon as Deadpool comes, they got Captain America 4 coming, then they got Thunderbolts, and then they have Fantastic Four.
I'm glad.
I hope they don't fuck up Fantastic Four. I love Fantastic Four so much.
I won't speak because I'm kind of already a little out on it, but I'm kind of glad they took a break because I got tired of the Marvel is ruining movies. These movies can't come out. So they stopped dropping movies and still nobody's going to see that shit. Nobody's going to see the new Mad Max Furiosa. Yeah. Stop blaming Marvel. The movies suck. Stop rebooting movies. Nobody cares
But the Venom movie, they had played the Venom trailer during Bad Boys. And I was like, oh, this actually looks pretty interesting.
Venom is going to be crazy. But I'm tired of niggas make a bad movie. They be like, this is Marvel fault. No, nobody want to watch 60-year-old Indiana
Anybody
Jones.
else could have done it, and it still wouldn't have
been. Get 55-year-old Indiana Jones off the screen. Nobody's like, oh, gotta set a date. New Indiana Jones drops. No, bruh. Like, good movies are still watched. Yeah. Great movies, niggas still like. Listen, niggas ran right to the box office for Bad Boys, Top Gun,
Inside Out.
Like niggas go
Barbie.
Like people go.
I still have to see Oppenheimer.
Oppenheimer's super good.
Oppenheimer's
it's definitely 3 hours.
Killers of the Flower Moon was a 3-hour movie film. Did good in the box office. Everything he said.
Parasite. Like
just make better movies.
Literally.
Yeah, I'm behind on.
But Fantastic Four. We'll see. Listen, prayers up. I'm
just mad that they didn't cast John Krasinski.
Oh, Krasinski.
Yeah, I'm mad that they didn't cast him to be Mr. Fantastic because like you had him in an Ant-Man. Like
no, I'm not mad at the like he wasn't the permanent one because he was only like Mr. Fantastic for like 10 minutes.
Yeah, I know, but he looked so like
he looks like
the
Mr.
part.
Fantastic.
He looks the part.
I think Fantastic Four is going to be so cool because of how technology has transformed. I think that movie is going to be amazing. I
don't like what they did with Silver Surfer. I'm already off it. I ain't.
See, I didn't hate that movie as much as everyone else did.
No, I'm talking about like in the. Like who they have playing.
Oh.
Yeah, like the first two Fantastic Four movies, like the Jessica Alba movies, those hit for me.
Yeah, people hate that movie though. And I thought that movie was good.
Nerds hate it because how they showed Galactus, but like,
okay,
I don't care about it. Like I was 10. I didn't know who Galactus was.
You read the comic. Good for you,
nerds
bitch.
being mad at X-Men origins. Like I don't give a fuck. That was supposed to be Deadpool. That shit's hard.
Do y'all watch Game of Thrones?
Not yet. That's another one of them shows. I get 30 minutes into that first episode, and just be like,
you literally just have to get past like the first 2 episodes.
Like that.
And then it's all gas, no breaks.
I might just cut on the 4th episode for real. That's what I do with The Boys. I stopped trying to catch up on The Boys. I just do on the 3rd season. Like
watch the episodes like with Wikipedia pulled up.
Yeah,
like the fan Wikipedia, because then everything clicks.
I might watch it with Amazon because Amazon be helping. Amazon had that shit on the screen to tell you who niggas is. Man,
that shit.
They do.
Yeah,
that shit's fire.
The only thing I've watched on Prime is Swarm and Invincible.
I have some of my services through Prime. I'm not gonna say why, but like I have some of my services through Prime, like the cinematic Showtime and shit. So like I'll watch it through there, and like if you pause it, it'll tell you who that nigga is and all that shit.
Yeah, that's convenient.
Yeah,
super convenient.
You watch The Boys?
No,
I saw the first few episodes, and I was like. Well, I was stuck quarantining with somebody, so
I watched the first.
I'm not a gory nigga, bro.
I watched the first full season of The Boys, and I just didn't like it.
Yeah, like when that nigga got hit by a bus or whatever, I was like,
I just don't think it's good.
It's been on for 5 minutes.
It's not even about the gore. I just don't think it's good. Like I think
I'm on the 3rd season now. It's definitely more interesting now than when it was presented. Mm-hmm. But like I 1000% agree. Like I was watching the first episode. I'm like, oh, that's so cute. This nigga walking around his girl, like, oh, she really care about it. He talking, and then he just obliterate shorty for no reason. Like, okay, like,
all right.
Oh, okay, like that's the show.
Oh, and the Bears coming back next week.
The Bears,
that's
TV
cinema.
That's the one.
I will say it's been super funny because my dad just started watching The Bear, and my dad was a chef, and his dad was a chef too. So it's super funny watching him watch The Bear because like he's like it's like you ever this is actually I don't you know. It's a fucked up example, but like I'm not calling my dad a dog. But like, you ever seen the dog see other dogs on TV?
Yeah.
Like, oh, he doing dog shit too. Like, oh man, like, I know what he's doing. Like they be saying shit.
Funny.
That's so specific.
Yeah, they be
so
saying
much
shit on
sense.
The Bear. Then my dad be like, oh yeah, I know they be talking. I'm like, yeah, you gotta listen.
Yeah, me like working in a restaurant watching that. I'm like,
yeah.
Please, someone, hands. He needs hands. Like, please run that
No,
food.
I was working at a restaurant. I worked at a restaurant for like 8 days. Some of the funniest shit ever, bro.
Restaurant life is hilarious.
If niggas knew what
it's
happened
really
in the back of
unserious.
restaurants, niggas would eat out a lot less. Niggas would eat out a lot less if they knew what was happening in the back of the
I was working at Milano's in Covington, and this lady would eat food on people's plates.
I had a coworker that was doing that. My manager was like, "Do you need some food? Do you want me to like?
Are you hungry?
Some food? This bitch."
Oh man.
Yeah, no, I definitely. I'm telling you, just you want anything? Yeah, let me get a water. Like,
and a to-go cup.
Yeah,
and a to-go cup type shit. Yeah.
It was like Chili's closed, and I was like, damn. Well, at least one closed. Like, at least, hopefully they get the right one.
Chili's goes out of business.
All right.
I'm dead.
All right, this was amazing.
Yeah, this was fun.
Thank you so much, Grace, as always, for coming through. We keep forgetting to tell y'all to subscribe at the beginning of the show. We used to be so excited. But yeah, please subscribe. Thank you for joining. Thank you for listening. It is an honor to be here, as always, to do this with my bestie, Spirit of Resty. Please protect your heart, mind, soul, and spirit. We love you. We are the show about nothing.
PG Lang.